He's the one that's looking at that goddamn thing. Nope, not that guy. Nope. Is that it? That's not it. That's it. All right. I think something's up here. Is this not working? I think something's not right. Oh, wait a minute. No. Matt Tardif, is it working? Is it working, guys? Mac 420? Check 1, 2. Oh, there we are. It's frozen for you? Shit. We'll give it a second, see what happens. And all right, I might have to reboot the stream machine. We'll see.
Might have to reboot the stream machine. We'll see.
Maybe.
We'll see. It looks like it's echoing, man. I'll reboot it. Are we on?
Yeah, we're on.
Oh, okay.
Is it froze still? Oh, it's Soapworthy. Okay, that makes sense.
Soapworthy Productions. You know who that is?
It's working now, he says. Okay.
Do you know who that is?
Yeah, it's Mac 420 KP.
It's Soapworthy Productions. I'm pretty sure it's Kevin Yarrow.
Oh, no shit.
Pretty sure.
I didn't know that.
I know you didn't. That's what I said. Do you know that? Oh, I changed it. I forgot to.
Who was first today?
I was.
No, you.
Yes,
Matthew
I was.
Tardif technically got first today, beat Kevin, if that is indeed Kevin.
All right, Armand, I just want to know your preliminary thoughts on eugenics. You think it's a good idea? Before we discuss, just
I think that's a little bit of a premature question.
Yeah, right. Why don't we
Yeah?
wait
Okay.
for the show?
wait for what?
Wait for the show, man.
Yeah.
Wait for the show, he says. God.
I don't want to waste these
Wait
pearls
the
of
show.
wisdom.
I want to watch the show.
Watching Happy Days,
Ah, shit, man.
where Fonzie does the jump, not over the shark, but over the, in his motorcycle.
Yes.
Yeah. I wonder if he made it.
That's definitely not the password. Yes, there we go. Why did my screen just go like?
Did you hand out the tests or?
Miss Cousy, what test? No,
It's
they
an
don't
oral.
get them. They don't get them.
It's oral exam, yeah. We're going to be giving, hey, tell people what's going on about this exam we're going to be giving. On the stream.
Yeah. I got to tell you something later about Nate. Just remind me that. Okay. Hey, everybody, how you doing? Sorry. I had to get something out. If I didn't, I was going to fucking forget it, and I didn't need to forget it.
Muscles, though. Armand's muscles? Yeah, Armand's got the guns, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, he's taking steroids right now.
I don't blame him. It's working.
Yeah.
He's taking the shit that makes your fucking head grow. So stuff they give to pit bulls.
Taking
That's what Armand's
estrogen.
on. Oh no,
I'm getting too big.
There we go.
Not feminine enough.
All right, so what we're doing today, we're going to have a discussion about eugenics. But before that, we found this test that the Nazis used to give.
Hold on. It's not really we found the test. We found a guy talking about a test and giving examples of what these questions might have been.
And then we're
Giving
assholes.
donkey brains. Right.
And yeah, we're assholes, so we modified it, and we're going to fuck with
Didn't
them
modify it much. Just brought it up to...
up to date. Anyways, this was an example of the test that they would give people to see if they were feeble-minded, or, I guess that's the...
And then would sterilize them.
And no, not sterilize them. This was the test they would give if they were going to euthanize them.
No, this isn't the euthanize.
This is the euthanize test.
Well, agree to disagree.
Okay, well, that's what it's... come in. Somebody at the door?
Who is it?
Maybe not. What is that?
It's crickets, man. Nobody there.
Crickets.
Here's Armando.
Feeble-minded.
Feeble-minded.
Sterilized.
One out of three podcast hosts is feeble-minded. I'm going to leave it to you to find out which one of us it is.
Oh, so it's you two.
Oh, was that, remember that Star
Yeah,
Trek?
it's us two. One out of the three of us, it's us two.
That was why that was supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
Another,
It'd have been a lot funnier if I didn't have to fucking explain it to your feeble-minded ass.
Remember that Star Trek episode? Wasn't it with
Not me.
Sterilize,
Wrong-
sterilize.
wrong brother.
He doesn't watch the original.
Well, what the makes you think I do?
Star Trek? No, I've been through it. I just haven't rewatched it.
Remember Nomad?
No. Hold
Oh
on.
boy,
Let me look it up real quick.
sterilize,
No, I don't.
error. Remember?
Error.
Yeah.
Error. No, that was from.
Must sterilize.
That was that space movie, Space Camp. Error.
Jinx and what's his name? Our friends.
Yes. What was? I don't even remember that movie very well.
But it was fuck. It was Joaquin Phoenix. It was
Joaquin Phoenix was that kid?
He went by Lee Phoenix at the time. Though. Let me look. Here.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. Nah.
It wasn't the brother?
No, it was Joaquin Phoenix. Max and
Max,
Jinx, our friends.
Was it like a robot? They were.
Yeah, it was like a
kids were
round
in
fucking.
fucking
It was
space.
it was a probe.
Kids were in fucking space.
Yeah.
What was the name of the movie?
Space Camp.
Space Camp. Oh, yeah. I don't.
So a kid befriends this robot that has got a questionable AI, and he somehow gains this robot whenever the kid says, "I want to go to space," and they go up. They get to go to a trip to the real shuttle to check it out.
Right.
Well, the robot gains access to launch control somehow and shoots these fucking kids up into space, and they got to figure out how to get back with the help of ground control.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's
Houston.
not. It's
What a
Keith.
premise.
It's not Kevin. Keith.
Oh, Keith from Canada.
I'm the asshole.
You are the asshole.
I agree.
did you guys ever see The Black Hole? Remember that one? Remember that movie?
No.
Really? You never saw it? Get it for us.
I'm
I'm
afraid
gonna
to
go get our
Google it.
first person
No.
for the test.
It's a good movie.
If you don't understand the test, that's because Everett kept fucking
All
distracting.
right, one
me.
more time before we get started with this. This is the IQ test Nazis used to give to people before they would either euthanize or sterilize. You know, they actually had a euthanize, like a center for euthanasia
I'm sure
in
they
Germany.
did.
Yeah, it was like literally the center for euthanasia. Anyway,
Well,
I wanted to tour it.
well,
but-
we basically have that now. It's called Planned Parenthood.
So sit down right there in between Everett.
What do you think?
Let's get him online.
And then we gotta turn your paper over.
Oh, is this how we're gonna do it?
Yeah, we're gonna do it just like this.
Oral exam.
He can have
some
my camera as
headphones.
well.
The first candidate.
Headphones.
All right.
Tight rear.
Just so you can hear yourself.
No using any electronic devices.
Yeah, you
No
can't Google
Googling.
some of this stuff.
That's right.
Boy, we were not prepared. This goes with the territory.
Yep.
Well, let me. I can ask a few. Let me ask a few questions. We don't have to give them all the same questions.
All right, this is now the Surreal Talk euthanasia quiz.
Right.
We've mixed it up again.
All right. What's the capital of North Dakota?
I know that one.
That's like the first question we had. Yeah.
That's why I'm asking it.
Come on. now.
Billings, Montana.
That's not the capital.
All right, that is
All right.
incorrect.
Uh-oh.
We gotta keep
All
these
right. There goes
questions.
one
Hang
testicle.
on, we gotta keep these
All
questions
right.
consistent throughout our people.
A vasectomy. All right.
What?
Well,
What other questions you
He
got?
missed one question. That's already. We're
it's
gonna sterilize
Oh, he's
him.
Who was
vasectomy.
the second president?
Of the United States.
John Adams.
Hey,
Very
nice.
All
Good
right.
job.
You
Good
just
job.
spared yourself. All
He
right.
gained one of his testicles back.
Yes.
All right.
Now hit him with the one.
You have $1,000 at 3% interest. How much do you have after 3 years with no compounding?
After 3 years?
3 years.
Be $90?
You have $1,000. How much?
$1,000.
Your total after 3 years. How much do you have in your
Let's
account?
see. 3%,
3%
3% of 1,000
interest. Right.
is
Annually.
30, right?
I don't know.
See,
This is a tricky one.
It is because I don't know if you add that to the total
well,
after the
well,
first year.
How
and
much
then
do you
3%
have? The
that.
question is, how much do you have?
Oh, so it'll be $1,090?
Yes. I don't know. I don't know if we
Hang
have
on
to
now.
take the accept the first
New
answer.
year,
though.
new year though, you'd have 1,030.
Well, I said without compounding.
That's compounding.
Yes,
Okay,
that's
cool.
what
All right, yeah, so like,
compounding
wait a minute,
means.
So then you
right.
take 3% of
Absolutely.
1,030.
It's too hard. Even we can't figure that out.
No bullshit. Yeah, we could just take a while.
All right, they would also ask people to form a sentence out of certain words. We're going to try this twice. The one the example we found was form a sentence out of these words, or including these words: soldier, war, fatherland.
I like
You
that.
want a
actually.
sentence from these 3 words?
Yes,
yeah, those
form a
3 words have
sentence.
to be in a sentence.
Soldiers, war, and fatherland.
Soldier.
My soldiers fought the war, in in my, what was the last word?
Fatherland.
Fatherland.
We'll take
I don't
that.
know what that means.
That'll work.
He's got bad memory. though.
Stuttered a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So sterilization
I
for
think
sure.
sterilize him.
Not
yeah.
euthanized.
Yeah, he can live, but
All right.
don't procreate.
Seems to
I'm
be a
already
good
doing
stock.
better than
All
that.
right.
All right. Yeah. So
Okay, I think
are we
that's-
doing
yeah, I
the
think-
original one?
Yes. So form a sentence out of these 3 words: steel beams, can't, and jet fuel.
That's 5 words, though.
No, it isn't.
Enough
Steel
out of you.
beams, jet fuel,
And can't.
can't build the steel beams. Can't. Shit.
This is an easy one.
This is an easy one.
I already forgot the words.
Jet fuel can't
That's too.
And steel
and
beams.
steel beams.
Using the jet fuel to fly over the steel beams. No, I can't.
I'll accept that.
It is acceptable.
I think
No, I can't fly
now I
over
think
the
we ought to euthanize
steel
it.
beams without my jet fuel.
Jet fuel can't melt
I don't
steel
think that's
beams.
what they want. Yeah,
It's a 9/11 thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's
a
a surreal
it's a
time
surreal
thing.
time. But so I would say overall, he did good.
He did good.
He did good.
You're fine. We're done with you. Thank you very much.
I'll get the next.
Suspicion to fall under certain mental.
Yes. If you,
We'll just say
feeble-mindedness.
you're not
is a
feeble-minded.
test,
Okay.
But we will not let you procreate.
but you're not exactly acute either.
Hey, that's just rude.
Well, sorry.
We're here to make fun of his intelligence, not his looks.
Acute. Not that. How about how about like moon landing?
What year?
No, I'm just saying in a sentence.
Oh, I got you. I'm with you.
Land, moon, didn't. Impossible. Something like that. That's a leading question. Stanley Kubrick, moon landing,
How about moon impossible
Fake.
and landing?
moon impossible landing.
Keep him slightly out of order, but yeah. It's a long pre-show today.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we're still in pre-show. We're
Yeah.
not live.
Well, we're gonna have to kick this up because we're making like a world record time for the longest pre-show ever.
I'll go get another one ready.
I don't even think we need to test
We're gonna go
Chris.
through this quick. Chris, you're gonna need this microphone here. Everybody, this is Chris.
Hello.
There's Chris right there. He's crooked.
Don't look at yourself. It's
So
unprofessional.
What this is, I'm sure Eric explained to you. This is a test that Nazis. This is an example test Nazis might give you to find out if you're feeble-minded and fit for euthanasia or sterilization.
Or both.
So, going by the original test, I'd like to know who was Bismarck. Who is Bismarck? Into the microphone.
Otto von Bismarck.
Sounds
Now
familiar, but I don't know.
All
off
right,
the
we're
top of
gonna
my head.
keep going. What does Christmas signify?
Christmas,
Yeah.
Jesus' birthday.
Oh, very good. He's not completely feeble-minded.
Wow, I thought he was an atheist.
I am
I know.
Let's
Very good.
see.
Very
Or no,
open-minded
or
of you.
that.
a deist is what they
Agnostic.
is in a sense.
Anyways,
How much does $300 grow at 3% over 3 years?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
no.
You're
He said no.
Really?
I don't do math.
Okay, so no.
Form a sentence. We're going to give you, these are some,
Feeble-minded.
Feeble-minded for sure. I'm okay with that. One.
these are
Do
exact
you believe in
examples.
global warming?
Yes.
Kill him.
Make a sentence including the following words: soldier, war, and fatherland.
A soldier will go to war for the fatherland.
Close enough.
That's good.
We'll
I
take
don't
it.
accept
All right,
that.
let's try another one. You had a little trouble there. These 3 words:
See if we can spare you.
moon, impossible, landing.
That was mine.
The moon. Thinking the moon landing. It is
Hey,
impossible
hey,
to
hey.
think
Only
landing
one
on the
chance.
moon was impossible.
Oh, I like how he switched it up there, and that's
Yeah.
acceptable. He just
double
double
used
used
it.
it.
Say it
That's
again?
fine. No, that's
What-
not.
what did you say?
It wasn't grammatically correct. It'll work.
What did I say?
Then
What
he's
did I say? It's impossible to think the moon landing was fake.
That's better. That's acceptable.
I'm going with
That's incorrect.
Fair enough.
Of course,
We're
it's
sterilizing you,
It's
though.
possible to think
Well,
the moon
yeah, but
landing
it-
was fake.
But
Obviously,
it wasn't. He wasn't have to make a logical
All right,
sense.
one
He just
final
make a
question:
sentence.
Who is the
He gave me
second?
those words.
Who is the second president? This is euthanasia or death.
Hey, the other guy got this.
John Adams.
You're just getting
Better
your dick
get,
cut
you
off.
better get
Good
this.
job.
Okay,
We're not going to kill you.
I knew that.
All right, Chris. Thank you for your
All right.
participation. We got no more use for you.
that's right.
All right.
I would have died anyway. But that's fine.
I looked at the screen and I
Don't
was like,
have kids.
holy shit, what happened to me?
Are we going to bring everybody in?
Eric's got a bunch of them.
Jesus
4 more
Christ.
people.
Oh God.
4 more people.
Well, so far, what have we got? Would we wouldn't
2
euthanize,
euthanize.
but
No.
two sterilized.
2 dicks.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. This is going to go different.
A female contestant. Oh, we haven't had a
We
female.
have no females yet.
I don't know.
Status quo has changed.
Yes.
Ruh-roh, Shaggy.
All right, let's jump right into it.
All right.
No, this is your microphone.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Speak audibly.
Who was the second president?
Adam?
Close enough.
What's his first name?
What did she say?
Had I? Something like that.
What was it?
What was he? I didn't hear the answer. What was it?
I said Adam.
Oh.
What was his first
correct.
name?
Well, yeah. His first name.
John?
Yeah, that's
All
right.
right.
Is that a question?
Yeah. Is that? Are you telling me the answer?
We'll give her that one.
All right.
What does Christmas signify?
Jesus' birth.
Very good.
job.
Very good.
Good Catholic girl.
How much does
Not-
$300 grow at 3% interest over 3 years?
Okay.
No, I don't think that's correct. If you have a bank account with $300 in it,
Yeah.
at 3% interest annually, not compounded, how much would you have after 3
He
years?
makes it fucking
$27 or 327.
There you go. That'll work. We'll take that.
But that's not right.
That's not correct.
It's not right.
No, I don't know. I'm not a math person either.
No, yeah, it is.
Wait,
Yeah, she's
you
right.
should have the
That's right.
answers to
We
your
were going off
question.
the-
All right, we were doing the 1,000.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'm like, wait a minute, what?
I say it sounded right
yeah,
to me.
she's
but
right. We got to be euthanized.
No, we just get sterilized.
Yes.
I was going to euthanize you guys anyway.
Okay.
All right. Form a sentence out of the following words: steel beams, can't, and jet fuel.
Okay. Oh.
Jet fuel can't melt or steel beams.
That's perfect. That's
All right. Okay. You may have children.
You passed that.
one more.
all
One
right.
more.
Oh.
Form a sentence from the following words: soldier, war, and fatherland.
Soldiers protect the fatherland in case of war.
Perfect.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
In time of war, I think.
She got all the
Time of
questions.
war.
right.
Yeah, whatever.
She got every one right, didn't she?
Yeah,
I think so.
so.
All right. You don't even get sterilized.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
even get
you-
sterilized.
you
You,
may-
can have kids and live. So.
That's right.
She's breeding stock.
All right, I'll go get the next.
All right, cool.
Thank you so much, Noah.
You may
Everyone,
procreate,
Noah.
but not with anyone in the office. There's a rule against fraternization.
They're not.
That hurts.
Chris, I don't know, man. This is our normal time anymore that we go live. 2:00 on Wednesdays. We kind of switched to it. Chris was asking, and
Oh, yeah. I thought this was a regular time now, right?
is Eric using that new Snapchat filter? Yeah, that's hilarious. Have you seen that filter where it turns a guy into a girl?
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah.
got
I
Eric's
actually
camera.
look pretty good.
No, I doubt that.
Oh, no, really?
Really? Would you?
Yeah, I would.
You would make
I'd
a
bang myself.
You make
yeah.
a good baby, huh? Kevin, welcome to the show.
Oh, boy.
Anywhere you want.
He doesn't even sit in the right seat, so he's already euthanized.
No, we're not going to kill him over this.
right.
So what this is, I'm sure Eric explained it to you, is example questions the Nazis might have asked somebody before they either sterilized or euthanized them.
All right.
Let's see here. Who was Bismarck?
Bismarck was a German general in World War I.
Very good.
Nice.
That's incorrect.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, he's
He's
the
the Chancellor of
Chancellor,
Germany,
yeah.
1870.
But was he
Russia.
not? Was he still a German general or no?
No, he was dead long before World War
No,
I.
I'm, I'm accepting all answers here. So
It was a battleship.
You were confident, so we'll take it.
No, the first Chancellor of
I can tell you how
Germany,
they sunk the Bismarck.
Is that what it was?
1871, yes.
Well, his,
But
his
pretty
answer's correct,
close.
yeah.
You know,
Okay.
a German in 1930 would have known that, right? Yeah.
That's what we
Well,
think.
if you didn't, you better have known it.
So the
let's bring it up
Who
to.
was the second president? I think that's better.
it's our American equivalent.
Yes. Second.
It was John Adams.
There it is.
That's
All
better.
right,
I
good
think
job.
that's better, yeah.
All right. How much does $300 grow at 3% interest over 3 years
Annually, yeah.
annually?
Not compounded.
Yes. Thank you.
We've had to.
Not
Right.
3%.
Yeah, you have $300 in your bank account.
Yes.
After 3 years, if you accrue 3% interest a year,
You have $9.
not compounded,
You'd have $9.
what do you have after 3 years?
$309.
No. Uh-oh. Snip.
Nope. But
3 years,
he's on-
$9 a year.
$9 annually. 3 years.
Oh, right. Sure. Right. Yeah.
So
You fooled me when you said couldn't compound it because I was going to
No, no.
do the exponents and all that.
Oh, yeah, that'd
Well,
be cool. I wish you would have.
So can you
That's
figure
what
it
I
out
was
now?
looking for.
You would you like to take another guess?
Yeah.
It's 330 something.
$327.
30 something. What the
Well, that's
fuck?
what I'm compounding. I'm compounding.
Well, yeah, with compounding, yes, you have more.
All right.
right.
Let's see.
You're going to execute me, aren't you?
Yeah, well,
You're already bound for sterilization.
Yeah, yeah,
We'll
we're
do
gonna-
that.
You'll have no kids already.
Form a sentence out of the following words: soldier, war, and fatherland in any order. Not just those words. Just make a sentence with that. Soldier,
Soldier,
war.
you must go to war for the fatherland.
Hey, it was quick and that was nice.
okay, that's
That
good enough.
Let's
yeah.
try
was
this
the
one.
best sentence, yeah.
Moon, impossible, and landing.
It is impossible to land on the moon.
There we go. Hey,
Oh, hey,
yeah,
wait
nice
a minute.
job.
You said
he-
land.
Moon
Landing.
Moon
Yeah,
landing
see?
is impossible.
Yeah.
All right.
You might be our first kill.
No, he actually he got.
All right. Just no children for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And any of them we had, we might have to euthanize them because,
Right.
what is it?
Just to be sure.
We're going to have to. Yeah.
Retroactively applied.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Kev, for your participation.
You can't have
We've
children.
had one
in-
person, though, so far pass the test
Noah.
completely.
Yeah, Noah did the best.
Everybody else is.
Yeah. Well, she looks like a Nazi to me. So
She's a good daughter of the
She's the
fatherland.
ideal Nazi lady.
Well, I don't know about. She doesn't look Aryan to me. There might be some Jew in her,
It might be. I don't know.
so it doesn't matter if she passed or not.
Yeah, she's
If you're Jewish,
we were going to euthanize them. All right, I'm thinking Eric's trying to bird dog our last one or two. In the meantime, Maybe we should switch up a question. Who was the 40th president?
The 40th? Okay. I know who that was.
Okay.
I don't know if I can get that.
I mean, all I can do is count backwards. It's pretty easy.
That's true.
Uh-oh.
Ocho man in here.
Lucky this is pre-show. Captain Hubert. Perennial favorite guest. Tone's been on the show before, everybody. Welcome back, Tony Hubert. Tony, we're going to give you a series of questions here that are example questions that the Nazis might have given to potential donkey-brained individuals.
So I
in the,
understand.
But of course, he's already had children, so
well, as I told
you have
Kevin,
to execute his children if he flunks.
right, it's retroactively applied. We have to
course
kill your
it is.
children if we fit you or unfit.
I've
for
actually been working
procreation.
with him. We have a show together, and I'm trying to make a scholar out of him.
Oh, I am a
But
scholar.
he refuses to learn.
Well, let's try this. Who was Bismarck?
Otto von Bismarck?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, he was Chancellor of Germany in the late 1800s, maybe around 1870, 1880.
71, I think.
71, yes, that's correct.
Like I knew.
The battleship Bismarck is named for him,
And
actually.
what state capital was named after
Is that
him?
North Dakota or South Dakota? I think it's North Dakota.
fucking- yeah.
This, yeah.
All
So for any of
Well,
you
he's-
who realize
I
that
told
don't
you,
know
I've been
Tony,
working with him.
He's an Armand, basically.
That's right. So, yeah,
Second president.
Did I get it right, though? North Dakota?
Yes,
correct.
Yeah, okay.
Second president.
Of Germany?
No,
this-
of
of this
America.
country.
Oh, John Adams.
So we're Americanizing every question to see if you could pass the American
Oh,
version
I see.
too.
I see.
40th president. You got 5 seconds.
40th? That was Ronald Reagan.
Very good. Very good.
Nice.
hey, salute when you say that name.
Throwing it up there.
Good.
Yeah, I saw something
That
on
was- that
Reagan
was
the
like
other
just-
day, and I thought of you.
Well, I thought of it
I
earlier.
saw. He was born in, is it Tampico or Tampico?
Tampico.
And they had a picture. He is the only president to be born in a apartment.
Oh,
He was born in an apartment,
believe that.
apparently over a like a mercantile or something like that.
Like a
I know he
bank.
wasn't born in a hospital.
And then I guess he moved to Dixon or went to
Right,
Dixon College.
That's
Yeah.
where he brought it. No, he went to Eureka College.
Eureka College,
Eureka.
which was in Dixon. I
Eureka?
forget how that goes.
Isn't that in Chicago?
Armand's? I moved the
Area?
wrong
No,
one.
because then he
My
worked
bad.
in Peoria, had a radio gig before he went to Hollywood, and used to recreate the ball games and whatnot.
Right,
You know, with
right.
the
Yeah.
and a hit.
All right. Next question. Eric?
Next question. All right. What does Christmas signify?
Christmas in the Christian world signifies the birth of Christ.
Very good.
The in the pagan world, it used to it was a holiday co-opted by Christians from I guess the winter solstice.
Yeah, it's like It's
What?
pagan, yeah. It's a pagan.
Armand's
Yeah.
saying he doesn't know what it
Seasonal. No,
signifies in
that's
the pagan
true.
religion. He's just saying it's
Yeah, and so the December 25th thing is actually
Winter
off by a
solstice.
couple days because the solstice is on the 21st.
We might just kill you because you're over-explaining the
Yeah.
answers.
Yeah, right.
Anyway,
yeah.
And it's not in the Catholic religion. It's January 6th anyway, isn't it?
the
Christmas, birth of Christ, the Epiphany.
I think for
12th night.
I think for Eastern Orthodox, because my mom used
Yes.
to have family they celebrated an Orthodox Christmas on the 6th or 7th.
All right.
I think the night of the 6th.
Give him the sentence.
Oh,
Oh, what's the next one?
sure. Form a sentence out of these words: soldier, war, fatherland.
Soldier, war, fatherland.
Yep.
Our German soldiers, a German soldier fights the war for the fatherland.
Beautiful, beautiful. Let's try that again.
Yeah.
Steel beams, can't, and jet fuel.
Conspiracy theorists believe that jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
I'll accept that. I'll
Yeah,
accept
that's perfectly acceptable. Yes.
All right, final question. How much does $1,000 grow at 4% interest over 14,000 years?
Compounded.
Compounded.
And then
Yeah,
we need the
that's-
square root.
That's compounded.
Yeah, to 7 decimals.
Armand did this in his head in like 9
That's right.
seconds.
I know he did because he knows the little formula for
Me
it.
and Rain Man.
You said 1,000 at 4%.
Nah, that's not the. No, the question. Give him the real question.
Oh, the real question.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
How much do
Sorry.
300 Reichsmarks grow at 3% over 3 years? No compounding.
No compounding.
Oh, at 3% over 3 years?
Yes, 300.
How much money you got
Reichsmarks.
at the end?
Yeah, you get.
And convert your answer to rubles.
309 and 309.
Subtract cost of
then
living.
becomes.
Not compounding. You're compounding.
And my finder's fee.
Oh, no. Well, then 327.
Boom.
All right.
right.
You may live.
Yeah, we're going to.
Barely.
I don't even think we have to cut his dick off.
No,
No,
he gets to have kids.
All right.
You and Noah are the
yeah.
only ones fit for.
Yeah. You and Noah are going to have to
Wait
have
a
sex.
second. You mean the Nazis made you get all of these right?
No, I'm not saying they
we
made
don't
you.
actually know how many they made you get right in order to kill
Can you talk into your mic, please?
Oh, here.
So we don't actually know how
Thank
many
you.
they got right in order to kill you.
Oh.
test
But we
for
Americanized
feeble-mindedness.
every one as well.
So at what point would they give you the chop or the
I'd
sterilization?
say if you missed them all, you're definitely dead. I would
Well,
think.
okay,
I'd say it's-
assumed.
I'd
These
say
are
it's
just
pro-
examples of practices. No, nothing solid.
I'd say it's probably arbitrary. If you look like a Jew, you'd probably get killed if you got him right
That don't
on.
help. That don't help.
What about Slavic-looking
He's probably
guys like
right,
you and
though.
me? I think we're already
Gypsies.
walking in with
yeah, Armand's done. For
I'm a
sure. I think you
gypsy.
might be all right though. You don't. I
Yeah,
don't
you
know.
don't look like a Slav.
Yeah, I
I
think
got
you're
an
good.
Irish look. Just saying.
what's that?
Irish.
Irish
I don't
look,
have a good Irish
Yeah.
accent. I don't think.
He's got an Irish look.
You guys are Hickses.
There it is,
though.
mate. I
Yeah,
agree.
they're Irish too a little. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks good in
Right. I think I would be more British if anything.
Oh
But
my God.
No, please stop.
that guy from
Thank
Britain
you
told me
again.
it was good.
All right, Tony. Thank you for your.
All right.
Thank you for your help. Go forth and procreate.
Noah did passed as well.
She passed as well.
You're the only two.
The only people left on Earth.
You may procreate with Noah.
Anybody else?
Oh, great. Noah will be so thrilled.
If you procreate with Kevin, we'll kill you both.
She won. All right, bring Dylan in. There's a chance at I guess a threesome here.
Who's next?
Dylan.
Oh, Dylan.
Mr.
Uh-oh.
Dover.
This should be interesting.
All right, we'll be probably 5 more minutes. We'll get the show going, guys. Why is he on every camera? Why not?
Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
This is quite a. I don't know if we've ever had an introduction this long into
No,
a
this is
show.
the longest
this is
intro
a
we've ever
preamble.
No shit, right?
Uh oh, Vanderbilt for dear old Vanderbilt here.
This is James Vanderbilt.
Casa de Vanderbilt. Hey.
Did Eric give you the spiel here? This is basically some example questions Nazis might ask before they decide to sterilize or kill you.
Right.
That's your mic there?
Test for feeble-mindedness.
Yes, donkey brainedness.
I've heard that. I heard if I get a couple wrong, I get sterilized. and
Correct.
stuff.
Yeah.
You possibly may be murdered.
That would be a good.
Possibly
Well,
euthanized.
Murder
yes.
is such a harsh
Right.
Yeah, we don't like to use
Not
that
murdered.
I mean, I
The
want to be
M word.
sterilized, so how many do I have to get wrong?
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. But we'll find out.
So we get just at that mark.
Who's the second president?
Of the United States.
John Adams.
Oh, good deal. All
Very
right.
good. Very good.
College boy.
What does Christmas signify?
I don't think this atheist is going to get this.
He knows.
He does know.
Something to do with Saint Nicholas. Right?
He's going too deep.
Yeah.
He's going a little deep.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay,
I think-
the birth of Christ.
There it is. See, I knew you.
All right, I don't know about that.
He threw that question.
What
to try
is
to
the
get his mouth
capital
off.
of South Dakota?
I know that one.
Yeah, I would hope so.
I'm,
No,
having
it's
a,
not.
I'm having a North Dakota, South Dakota issue here.
How about North Dakota?
So is Everett.
No, I changed it up on purpose.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, well, I know that one.
Do you know? I bet you
Pierre.
that's actually
Son of a
incorrect.
bitch, you just told him the fucking name.
That's South Dakota. We changed it to North Dakota.
Right, but you know that's actually incorrect.
What is it then?
It's pronounced Pier.
Pierre? Well,
That's
Yeah,
correct.
well, Pierre.
because that's
tell
a
that to my second grade teacher.
that's a
Right.
trivia question I get everybody on. Is it, what is the only state capital with only one syllable and nobody ever gets it because it's pronounced Pier.
Bismarck,
believe you.
Bismarck if we change it.
Yes,
There we go,
Yes,
boom.
yes,
Bismarck
yes,
is
yes.
North.
And who was Bismarck?
Yes, who was Bismarck?
I don't know.
Nazi test, remember now. Come on, give me another
Yeah.
shot.
Otto von Bismarck,
Oh,
Correct.
see?
That's true, but who was he?
a Nazi.
No,
No.
I don't know.
first
I don't know.
Chancellor of Germany. Tony's the only one I think who got that. Did we ask Noah that question? I don't think we did.
Probably skipped it. That's probably why she's
Yeah, we
alive.
gave her John
She's
Adams.
alive.
Different
Angry
questions for
producing.
different people.
Right.
Yes,
that's
we do.
true.
Yes, this
We
isn't
are-
a universal test.
We can't
They-
trust
You got
who's
a
watching.
Vanderbilt T-shirt on, so we're going to be a little tougher on
Well,
you.
like in Germany, you think about this: if a guy passed the test, he's going to go out and tell his wife and family the answers. If they use, so they have to use.
fair.
Got to mix it up, man. Come on.
All right.
All right, form a sentence out of these keywords: moon, impossible, landing. Any order, anything you want to add.
Impossible moon landing.
Yeah, those are the 3
you
words.
can use other words.
Yeah, just form a sentence with
Yes,
those.
just form a sentence, properly punctuated.
The moon landing was impossible.
Look, he-
obviously.
Very good.
Imagine that.
Nick
What
Drago
an
would
Nice,
approve.
thank you.
What an
Thank you.
assertion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you nuts?
He said it, not us, folks.
It's made in a Hollywood basement.
By Stanley Kubrick.
Hey, this is about euthanasia, pal.
Yeah, guys.
All right.
All right, how much do $300 grow at 3% over 3 years, non-compounded? He's got an eye twitch.
You have
I
$300
can't do math under pressure.
Yeah, you can.
after
Tony
3
said-
I hear you
years
do it all the time over there.
at 3% interest. How much would
Not
you
really,
have?
but
He knew North Dakota.
I bet that got a lot of
knew
Nazis.
John Adams.
I bet that got a lot of Germans killed. That $300,
Bismarck's
300
name.
Reichsmarks.
Yeah.
3% interest over 3 years.
Correct. How much do you have if you start with $300?
No compounding. This is the easy version of the question.
Very important.
all right.
Thank you for playing.
Dylan, no nuts for you.
I can't do
Yes.
that.
Right.
All right. Well, you are getting sterilized.
Off with his
Sterilized,
testicles.
That's what I wanted.
All right.
So you-
The
castrated.
answer is $327 because $3 is
$9 a year times 3.
1% of 3.
It's algebra.
I wanted to get sterilized anyway.
All right.
This guy's a programmer too.
All right. Hack his balls off and
On the
get him out.
financial.
All right.
All right, that's all.
Thanks
that's
for the free procedure.
Thank you, sir.
If there's anyone else out there, tell them come in.
But he's blonde,
we'll
so
start the show.
we'll spare him.
Yeah.
He's got Aryan features.
I think
now.
that's it. Are you guys about ready to start this show? God damn, we've been in a
All right.
marathon. I feel like the
Yeah.
show's been.
Wow.
25
Show's
people
over.
watched us.
Somebody says
Kill
that guy
people.
already looks like a Nazi in general. I
That's
agree
correct.
with this random toad Terzy. I don't know.
Luar says he'll procreate with you, Armand.
Oh, thank
shit,
you.
yeah, get it
Yes.
So an FMK here, he's definitely taking Armand.
All right, you guys about ready to start the show?
He's on my
I've been
team.
waiting on it. Yes.
All right, here we go. We are recording, and here comes the music.
You're listening
was
to
Tarsi.
Surreal Talk, a look inside the world of cults, conspiracies, and the paranormal.
Something's not right, man. Something's not right. Something's bullshit here, and I don't believe it.
Truer words were never spoken.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, this crazy shit could be completely possible.
Disclaimer, we reserve the right to be wrong, ladies and gentlemen. That's so important. You think you know the whole story? Think again.
Now your hosts, Eric and Everett.
Just cut it right there, Everett. Just cut it right there, because we're not doing that intro again until I record it.
Why?
Because I have a better British accent than that guy.
Is this how you're going to start cold open today? On the British
Yeah,
accent?
welcome to Surreal Talk, a look inside the world of cults, conspiracies, and the paranormal. And we have good British accents here. A lineupmedia.fm production, and we are back. How's everybody doing today? I'm off. We had a longer pre-show than normal.
You had a
and,
very long pre-show today.
that didn't allow me to do my intro as I normally do.
Oh, well, I guess we're back. Thank you, Eric, for that weird long
No
intro.
problem.
Armand, welcome back to the show.
Thanks. I like this subject, by the way.
What is our subject today? Oh, before we get started, let's explain the quick change we're going to do. A little bit of format here. We haven't explained it to you. You know, we do voicemails and emails and stuff like that generally at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
No more.
We're done with that shit.
Why not?
Stay with me, because we've gotten plenty of complaints from people who think that slows down the pace of the show, and they'd rather just not deal with it. That said, we're not getting rid of this.
All right.
We're going to do after the first show. We do the
After
whole
our
first
main
show.
meat show.
We're going to do a whole nother quick episode that is just voicemails and social stuff, emails and whatnot, and we'll hang out with people in the chat, and we'll do that. That way, we separate it and do it every week, and keep the core product.
Wow.
I know you're not too into it either. I was thinking it's kind of a bummer because I always
It's a
like that
brilliant
part.
solution.
But you know, we'll please the masses.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, what's our topic today?
Everything's
ET?
subservient to the listeners.
The liberals. I hear you. This is
Yeah.
a
Not the
You
liberals.
like the
No,
liberals.
no.
Armand's a liberal. We get
Freudian.
it now. He switched sides. So we're talking about
I'd
eugenics.
euthanize the liberals.
Eugenics is the science of improving a human population by controlled breeding to increase the occurrence of desirable, heritable characteristics.
So that's eugenics. That's our topic.
I think that's
today.
isn't
Yeah.
that
You got
Fran-
talked over.
isn't that Francis Galton's definition?
yeah, no.
Because I wrote a paper on this in college. Actually,
Galton? No, his definition was similar to that, but not quite.
Okay, well, he was the father of
Yeah,
modern
he
eugenics.
developed it,
Yeah,
basically.
Francis Galton, who I believe was
the term. He developed the
he
term.
was
too.
was he cousins with Charles Darwin?
yeah.
Yes.
half cousin.
Darwin being the, what was it? The
Charles Darwin, evolutionist.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. It's
Stowaway on the Beagle.
Yeah, that's him. Anyway,
So, in a nutshell, though, Eric, you gave your definition: the science of improving human population by breeding. Blah 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 blah. What's this mean practically? What is eugenics?
it's
Selective breeding.
Yeah, well, there's more than that though. It's because it's like they can selective breeding, yes, but abortion as well. If you have bred already,
That's also
I mean,
selective breeding, though.
Yeah, well, okay, so then it's just selective breeding. Well, I had a few other examples,
But
of it.
for what
Forced
purpose?
sterilization.
But for what?
Well, I think it's twofold. Sometimes, I mean, Margaret Sanger, if you read what she actually said, it was a founder of, I don't know about Planned Parenthood. I think she was a founder
was the founder of Planned
okay.
Parenthood, right.
That
Yes.
was to actually get out the, quote, weeds in the garden, the human garden. By
get
that,
that
she meant
quote up
blacks and other.
Yeah, she was shitty, dude.
Yeah,
to be
she
sure.
was a out and out racist. If you read what she actually said, she wanted to keep black people from procreating. That was the whole point.
Well, and that's what Everett and I were talking about
Planned
earlier when
Parenthood.
we were doing our research. Was
because
like
they were. Well,
Exactly.
she deemed them to be an
she
inferior
wa-
species.
we thought we were gonna ruffle some feathers by calling
that's what
Planned
she said.
Parenthood eugenics, but that's
what it is.
I mean, essentially,
That was-
are they there to help you from having a baby, or are they
Not initially. Now that's what they say they are, but
Yeah, right. They
that's
weren't
what
there
she
to-
found.
She wanted to legalize the contraception for poor and immigrant women. So basically, so that
Right.
poor immigrants or poor white even they would not reproduce.
poor people.
Basically, that's what it was. It was almost class based for a lot of people.
I wonder if rich people know
The
that you can't
undesirables.
have rich people without poor people.
Yeah, I mean,
Karl Marx would say probably no.
Yeah. Anyway,
what would Armand
Of course you
Keegan
can.
say?
Of course.
You can have rich without the poor.
Yes, of course.
How so?
yeah.
Then the poorest of the poor.
You would
become
have
poor.
without the
richer.
poor. You'd
You
have
have
richer
richer.
people without poor people. Actually,
Yeah, but then wouldn't by definition the poorest? Poor is a relative term.
that's
isn't it?
right. What do you mean by poor?
we mean poor. You can't have poor people without rich people. Right?
But I think the implication is people are rich because they make others poor, and that's incorrect.
Are people dumb because they make others smart?
I don't know if that
No,
makes sense.
absolutely not.
Well, that's kind of what the theory was back in the day. That
Well, that's the problem with eugenics. Let's get it out right now, because what Galt, remember the paper I wrote in college was on. They used to have, and I don't know if it still even exists, the Nobel Prize sperm bank. Have you guys ever heard of this?
no, go on.
No.
Yeah, they had a sperm bank of Nobel Prize winners, and women could go there.
Oh
Theoretically,
yeah.
Now, I don't know if it still exists even, but that's why I wrote
I didn't
my.
even know it was a real thing. Honestly.
No, it's true. I wrote a paper on it.
Can you imagine donating to the Nobel
Yeah.
Prize?
Well, I mean, at sperm banks now, you look at you can say it gives you a description, I believe, right? Like blue
know.
eyes, the father had this traits, he was this major in
you
college.
get the
know,
menu.
yeah, exactly.
But
a la
there
carte.
again, I mean, who knows? Because that's the problem. If you're selecting for, say, intelligence, you don't know what's the gene for intelligence,
what's
and you
the
might get some.
qualification?
Where you see eugenics is basically like in horse racing, where they're actually breeding for speed.
Think about dogs.
Dogs too.
Yeah.
Of course, these are all controlled experiments. But the problem is, even like a dog, the more inbreeding you do for whatever the coat, the shiny
Right,
coat
right.
or whatever,
To keep breeding
you
up
get
the trait,
other
right.
you get other problems, and
Abnormalities,
and these
right.
dogs are inherently less healthy than the mongrels because they have this bigger gene pool.
Sure.
And that makes them stronger. That's why you shouldn't mate with your sister or whatever, because you get the weak genes.
Why'd you point
that
at me?
Well, because you seem
Fucker.
out of the three of us the most likely to have sex
Anything you
Not
want
at
to talk
all.
about?
with a very close relative.
The pervert calling me a pervert. Listen to him.
I'm
Yeah, he's
not
got
a
you there.
pervert. Don't tell people around. He's telling people.
He's not a pervert.
Yeah.
In public.
I'm a doctor.
To anyone openly.
Damn it, Jim. I'm not a pervert. I'm a doctor.
So eugenics has kind of a long history throughout the world. Pluto himself was
Plato.
Sorry, Plato.
Yeah,
you're
Plato
right.
advocated it, yes.
Plato advocated who believed human reproduction should be monitored and controlled by the state. He believed that a form of government would be not readily accepted, though, by the public. So
I think he's right on both counts
what
there.
he proposed was a lottery for breeding, a breeding lottery, but that lottery should be fixed so that they could
Good idea.
yeah, so that they can actually selectively breed.
Sure.
But the problem he eventually came, or the conclusion he eventually came up with is gold level people reproducing with gold level people. That's your best of the best.
Right.
Could still produce a bronze level person. So it's flawed.
That's true.
That's where he ended
And
up on
that's,
the subject.
well, they didn't know anything, of course, of the laws of genetics, et
Right.
cetera.
There
There's
was no
crossing over.
hereditary,
There's
right.
all kinds of, they're chromosomal, the laws of random assortment, things like that kind of screw that up. Although I got to say, I think the odds are if you have two people with, say, IQs of 70 breeding, the odds that you're going to get a genius have to be greatly diminished. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. Just logically. And if you have
mean,
two geniuses breeding, I
is
think
there-
the odds of getting a genius are probably
Is there a
higher.
genius
Can we
gene?
say that?
There's no
do we know
guarantee.
that?
I think there is.
You think though?
Well,
Do you
because
think?
now they're learning though that a lot of this is epigenetics. You've heard of this.
Go on.
Well, this
Of course we have. But
that's the passing on of non-inheritable genes, apparently, and now I'm starting to believe that we can. It makes a lot more sense. You can breed for height, you can breed for intelligence, etc. Because some of these
that's
things,
obvious. Look at people from like Norway or the Viking people that are now ginormous blonde.
Right.
Well, you know
behemoths.
you know what nationality is the tallest?
I would say somewhere in the Nords. I don't know.
Thailand?
The Dutch.
Yeah, Dutch makes sense. Yeah, they were Vikings as well.
Yeah,
So
but there it is. Yeah,
I was
the
thinking of
Netherlands.
Saget from
Bob Saget.
Street Fighter. No, not Bob Saget.
Thai people.
Yeah.
People from Thailand. No, I mean Asians aren't the tallest folk.
Well, right, but you got the big guy with the legs that kicks the.
I mean,
I know.
Yeah.
But a lot of that now a lot of the shortness apparently they're finding is coming from the diet. A lot of it they're eating rice or whatever. The Asian diet. But,
Sure.
But I still think if you got two parents that are 5'1" and 4'11",
Well, the Chinese government themselves practices eugenics. Think of Yao Ming, for instance.
yeah,
His parents they were arranged marriage by the sports commission. Both of his parents were sports stars. Well, stars so much as you can be in China.
Okay.
And they planned the birth of Yao Ming. And I mean, it's obvious what came
Well,
out
that's what I'm
there.
saying. I think my
An
point
all-star
is,
basketball player.
do you agree with my point, though, that it's not foolproof, of course, but I think the odds are you're going to get, I mean, like the Nobel Prize.
Good stock breeds good stock. I mean, that's just
that's
the way
what
it
I'm-
works
well-
with cows. It works with humans, is what you're saying, right?
Well, like I said, it's not perfect, but I think your odds are better, enhanced. I mean, and Hitler, that's what he did. He always had the Aryans. That's what he was afraid. That's why he, wanted to eliminate gypsies, et cetera. We're going to talk about mental defectives and things like that.
Homosexuals as well.
Homosexuals, you want to get, although I don't know what
They would have taken care of themselves.
yeah, I don't know what threat they posed.
Let me ask you this question, Hitler, wherever you are. How do you
I think I
breed
can
a homo?
answer for him.
How do you what?
How do you breed a homo? Homos are not bred from homos.
Well, that's
is
the
that
question,
a derogatory
too.
term, the way you're using it like that, is what I wonder.
I'm talking to Hitler. He can handle it.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, I don't think Hitler
He's not
would be
gonna mind.
offended.
No, that's, yeah, no.
I don't think Eva Braun would be
Seriously,
offended either.
homosexuals are not. I mean, I guess homosexuals could have
Well, that's the
heterosexual
question.
I
sex.
think you're about
but-
to start breaking into a spot where speaking where you don't know what you're
No,
doing.
I'm fine. I'm
Okay,
fine with
okay,
it.
okay.
Well, do you think
I'm saying-
homosexuality is actually a trait or is
genetic-
it learned? That's the big debate,
I don't know that. I know that you can choose.
right? Or, well,
Wait,
that's what I'm
wait,
saying.
wait,
A lot of people say you can't.
I know that you can. I can choose right now to go out and be gay. I'm saying you can
Oh, okay,
choose to
fair.
do
That's
gay
fair. Yeah, you
activities.
can.
But some people that
They think
it's
it's
like
hereditary.
How I feel like I was just born liking women. Another man could be born, I feel like, liking men. That's just the way he's wired.
See, but I thought Freud was
I don't know
different.
if that's
If you
a
have a
gene.
very like a domineering
Freud's
mother
kinda
that
dated,
puts you in dresses and treats you like a woman, your odds of being that makes you a homosexual. That's what Freud said. I don't know. I mean,
Well, that's-
my opinion of
that's
psychiatry
that's
is very
different
low.
than both of the other cases, though, that we said here.
Yeah, but
the
Freud
making
also
a-
said everybody wants to do their mom. So, right?
That's true
Yeah,
too.
I mean, I don't put a lot
Wait,
of
wait,
stock
wait.
in what
Freud
that
was
guy
a
says.
pervert. We
It's
all
true
know
that he said that, or it's true what he said.
It's true, it's true that he said that. I'm
Okay.
not sure I
Oh,
believe
okay,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
No, I think Freud was a nut.
You keep clarifying now. Freud was an idiot.
Yes.
Of course, not at all. Next question.
The
All right.
pervert.
What do you know about the Spartans in ancient Greece and all of their work towards eugenics, where they didn't really have so much eugenics? But I mean, at the end of the day,
Pretty
kind of-
close.
say, yeah,
Well,
right.
their practices weren't as
Well, I think they bred-
efficient as Nazi Germany or anyone else.
But they bred for athleticism and
Performance.
warrior.
Yes.
Yeah.
well, they
warrior
did practice
society.
infanticide. It's famous the Spartans would.
Weak children or weak infants were
Right.
killed.
So they had a let's see, where is my note on it? So
Yeah, where are they in the notes? I didn't see them.
no, it's
Couple
in the
pages
page two.
back.
But they're
Oh, here it is.
Amphidromia was the naming ceremony a child in Greece would have roughly 5 days after their birth. Up until that point in time, that child has no rights until they are named. So the father can legally do whatever he wants with that child, discard it, whatever, for whatever reason.
That's like the new Virginia law, isn't it?
The New Virginia law, no,
Yeah.
No, we don't want to dip into that.
was that abortion?
Well, it is.
Yeah.
Why not? Well,
No, it's
go ahead.
infanticide.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Yeah, it's
Well,
not
basically,
infanticide,
no. That's what the governor said. If the child, if it's a quote botched abortion and the child is born living, we will make it comfortable and we'll decide what to do with the mother and the doctor, which means they can let the child die. And some people think that's great.
Yeah, once it's born and alive, though, if you
I
fucked up the
know.
abortion, you fucked it up.
Yeah, to me that means it's a child.
Save
See,
everything you can.
I don't know that you should be able to do an abortion. This is such a bad thing. to
I
do.
told you.
Why
that-
not?
No,
No,
somebody
no.
said
Abortions
that.
in general, yes, but I'm talking about a baby
Third
that,
trimester?
that can live on its
Absolutely
own.
not.
The baby can live on its own. And I think you've gone too far.
Right. I say 20th week.
But if
That's it.
But if it's just a bundle of cells, I mean,
Yeah, but up to when?
all right. This is a bad discussion. Let's get back.
Well,
to
we're talking about eugenics.
We
I
are,
mean,
that's true.
What if you? Okay, let's say the child
The
is
Greeks did
viable.
abortion. Did you know that? The
Yeah, they
Greeks,
had chemical and
surgical
forms of abortion that they would do.
It was looked down upon though to do the surgical because they thought it was really risky. In fact, most people didn't actually like abortion.
Yeah, but
back
wasn't
then.
it that just like spearmint and olive oil up their butts is what they thought was a?
No, they had many different
Yeah, but
contraceptive
okay,
devices.
this is
Looking
the
into
morning
that.
after. Yeah.
Well, that was one thing, but let's just go through it. They used something called
Interesting.
Sophium as a contraceptive, and then it was basically just a flower that they would eat that would basically make them non-fertile for a period of time. It was so effective though, and their use was so widespread that they used it into extinction. They made this plant
the
go
flower.
extinct. Yeah. I found that
Well, that's
fucking hilarious.
ironic. Yeah, that's
I mean,
great.
They love it so much. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead. And by the time it was almost gone, it was like worth its weight in gold.
Probably.
It reminded me of that episode of Seinfeld. Did you watch much Seinfeld?
No.
Well, there was an episode where Elaine was down to her last sponge because they weren't making sponges anymore.
Oh, yeah,
And she was weighing prospective mates as if they're sponge worthy. Is this guy sponge worthy? So I don't know. Kind of the same thing to me. It
I don't
was
even know
worth
what
my
a sponge
last
is.
little bit of silphium.
I don't even know what a sponge is.
Silphium.
Basically, think about
Yeah,
you
the
stick it up there and
contraceptive
sucks up the-
sponge.
Yeah, no, I don't know about that. What's that? What is it?
Let him have it, doctor.
Well, I don't remember exactly how it worked. I think I think it's impregnated with like a
Anti-spermicidal.
right,
or
yeah,
or
spermicidal,
yeah.
yeah,
And just kind of shove it up there.
yeah, and prevents conception.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
It's similar
I didn't
to.
know they didn't make them anymore.
I get it.
They don't make them anymore.
at least
I didn't know it was that valuable.
Seinfeld
Okay,
says so.
all right.
Let's see. They use silphium as kind of like a morning after pill. So within 3 days, if you use it, that's how it was used. Within 3 days, if they ate it,
I
it
wonder
could
what was in
cancel
it. That's interesting.
It's just a flower. So it was
Yeah,
just-
but I was wondering what
well,
the agent
the
is
agent
that prevents
Well,
ovulation. or
we'll never know because the
conception.
fuckers made it go extinct. They would also use
Instinct. They made that.
made it go extinct. They
Oh,
said
extinct.
Not
Not
instinct.
Not instinct.
What?
They also use magical concoctions, amulets,
those
spells, and
always work.
incantations. Yeah,
I
so
like some of those.
oh, they were a polytheistic society. Pray to Zeus, man.
Yeah.
Zeus, my wife will kill me. Make sure she's not pregnant.
Yeah, but how could they ever prove it?
But he's talking not
No
the wife's
DNA
not pregnant,
tests.
the girlfriend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad joke.
Yeah, because I didn't follow very well.
Well, if if you do an amniocentesis and the child is, thank you, if the child is Down syndrome,
Yeah.
okay, that's euthanasia. That's basically eugenics, correct?
I would say so. And
So, you're talking
Although
like these days, like if you get the genetic testing, like we had a genetic testing for our kid, I don't know what we would have done, but we didn't have to make that decision.
you don't have to tell if you did want to make that decision.
Well, I don't have to, but I'm saying we didn't have to. So,
Yeah.
but what do you think? Is that euthanasia or is that eugenics? If you make that decision,
You're not asking me whether or not I think it's right. You're asking me if I think it's eugenics.
Right.
It is.
It is okay.
Now, what if the child is, and it probably would be, and if it's severe Down syndrome, the child himself or itself is not going to procreate. I mean, because that's what eugenics is all about. You want to cut off these lines.
Right.
of-
Yeah. Should they? I mean, should you sterilize the kid then at that point?
That's
and
what they were
not
doing.
A lot of
kill
them are
it?
born sterile, or are they going to have sex? I don't know. I mean, if they're
That's basically
severely,
the question here. If you're feeble-minded, that's basically what California and America in general and Germany were doing. If you're feeble-minded, we
They don't
will
kill you.
force sterilize you.
Right,
Forced
they sterilize.
sterilization, yeah.
Right.
Let me ask you this. I know you guys are against the forced sterilization.
I don't know about that.
Okay. Damn it.
Okay.
Don't put words in my mouth.
I love this guy. What about giving birth control to the same child that you wouldn't sterilize? Would you forcefully give them birth control, hide it in their food or whatever to achieve the same effect? Is that different to you than sterilizing them?
No, same thing.
Same thing?
Yeah, you're same thing. Different means.
Different means?
Same thing.
I think it's less morally repugnant.
Well, how about just
What, tricking them into it?
Yeah, I mean, well, if they're a
Because
custodian
of
of
you're
your,
taking advantage of their
you're their parent.
feeble-mindedness.
Well, no, you're their parent, and you have the right to say whether or not they can have sex or not.
Yeah, but what about when the kid gets
As an-
29
as an
or 30
adult?
as an adult?
Well, whenever they're feeble-minded enough is my point. You know what I'm saying? Like when they're not able to take care of.
enough.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what the term feeble-minded meant was basically below a certain IQ level where you can't take care of yourself.
Right.
I would say, and I've advocated for this on our show. If you're on public aid, say, and you're getting paid by the government,
Sure.
I
got
think
Discord on that?
think you should have.
You got Discord on that?
Yeah.
All right. Hang on. Good. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What about Discord?
Nothing, go ahead.
I'm sewing Discord right now.
I know you are.
I don't think it'd be wrong to put a Norplant in you because those can be removed. But until you
So an
are
implant.
self-sufficient, you cannot you cannot conceive.
So you say just to get any kind of government benefit, you have to agree to not procreate during the least amount of time you're
Not have a child. Yeah, I mean, have sex. I mean, but you put a Norplant in.
I disagree with that.
Okay, a lot
I mean,
of
that's
people
just my
would.
opinion,
A lot
but-
of people would.
It's that important.
Go ahead and make the joke.
I don't know. That's the serious question. Don't say what I said either.
Eric's he sent me a message on our instant messaging program trying to clarify what exactly I meant by who is feeble-minded. Basically is what you're asking, right?
Yes.
Where's the draw and drying? And he had a
And ironically, he misspelled one of the words. That was
No, it was quick. 'Cause
sure you were.
I got spelling correction.
a
I could
vegetable
just
is
hit it
not
and spell it.
someone who's in a vegetative state is not feeble-minded.
That's fair.
I mean, they're brain dead for the most part.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that what you meant?
No,
What do you mean by vegetable? Then?
Vegetable means to me.
I meant like a table that you put vegetables on.
vegetable.
Vegetable.
No, it's fast.
Yeah, but I mean,
There you
but-
go. Look.
And
It's kind of
short
in a
bus is his
stupor.
other. Yeah.
No, whoa.
I mean, roughly is what you were saying there. Maybe not exactly.
That is not what I said.
What
Maybe not
IQ? At what
exactly that,
IQ should
but-
you not be able to?
I'm saying
let's put it. If you
more
put it
than
that way.
Can you, if you
Forrest
can't wipe
Gump?
your ass? I mean,
Should
yeah,
Forrest Gump been able to
okay,
procreate?
yeah, there you
What
go,
you're
right there. He can totally live in society, But should you sterilize that guy? Like, I don't know.
He had a very smart child, so I would
Who?
say no.
Who's this?
But beforehand, what
Forrest Gump, man.
Forrest Gump.
Come on, man. You know, get your shit together,
Well,
Armand.
that's a fictional character.
Yeah, but it represents a
How about Corky?
stereotypical version. Or Corky. Well, that's a Down
Exactly,
syndrome.
That's the same thing, though,
Did he
right?
procreate?
No, it's not the same thing because he had Down syndrome versus just slow
All
intelligence.
right, thanks for
Right.
making me
I
look
don't
like an
think-
asshole now.
Yeah, I think Forrest Gump was just slow, right?
Right.
He didn't have, supposedly, he didn't have Down syndrome.
So he would have
which
been
is trisomy 21.
feeble-minded then, right?
Feeble-minded, right?
Feeble-minded is
I don't think he could
Forrest
have passed
Gump.
this test.
No, hell
Forrest
no.
Gump.
He
He's
may
not a
have.
smart man, though, but he knew what love was, I think.
Nice.
Well, he did. He had a kid.
That was a quote from the movie. I'm not a smart man, but I
I
know
know
what
what
love
love
is.
is.
That's a great line. I wish I'd have written that.
Uh,
All right.
How about this?
I'm a smart man, and I don't know what love is.
Carrying on with ancient Greek contraceptives and their ways to make
Yes.
sure that they didn't have unwanted pregnancies. The testicles of the weasel were actually thought to be able to use in both directions as a contraceptive and a fertility enhancer. Both.
Good idea.
So the ashen remains of the right testis was mixed with myrrh
Myrrh.
Or
Oh, like
myrrh,
gold,
sorry,
frankincense,
I
and
say
myrrh.
myrrh.
It's a
what I
bomb.
said. That's what I said.
Yeah, it's a bomb, yeah.
into a
A
paste.
bomb? What'd you give him a bomb for? Remember that? Life of Brian?
No.
Well, they would burn the weasel testicle, the right testicle.
Good idea.
Mix it with myrrh
Into a
form
paste. Good.
and then it would be put on a small ball of wool and shoved into the vagina. That was their contraceptive used for the.
Did it work? Was it effective?
The
If it was
ball of the
effective,
weasel.
then it was a contraceptive. So.
The left testicle, though, or not a contraceptive, it was a fertility enhancer done.
Had to be the left
Oh, wait, it was
testicle.
an enhancer?
It was an enhancer that way. Sorry, I had it backwards.
Also, if you wanted to get pregnant,
You'd use the
jam
right
this
testicle.
butter up
Right.
your vagina that was made of a
Now the left
testicle
testicle was turned into a paste and attached with some mule skin somehow to the woman. However, they don't know. We don't know exactly how it was attached to the woman, so we don't know exactly how as a contraceptive it was used. So we can't test it.
Well, we wouldn't test it.
I don't think we're going to test the right testicle theory though.
No, not the right or
Where
left.
can we get a weasel arm on the zoo? Is that the quickest place?
Got plenty of
Do
them.
they
Big
exist
room.
around here? A lot of people work here. Huh? Is that what you're saying? A lot
Yeah.
of weasels. Huh? Let's see. They had a couple other male contraceptives. I wasn't too interested in those though.
Oh no.
I'd love to see how they did their abortions.
Yeah, they had
Didn't
surgical
like
procedures. I don't know what that
surgery,
means,
yeah.
but they definitely had a surgical method of abortion. I
God.
wonder what that means. Like, is it like the 60s? I'm not even going to say it.
They didn't have coat hangers.
Hey, Armand will say it for you.
That's what I was trying to avoid.
Yes.
It was mostly used by prostitutes, so it's from what
Right.
was
I mean,
researched,
that's
so.
who would. I don't know. Is
Yeah, Aristotle was actually a supporter of exposure for infants as well, if they were handicapped or whatever,
Aristotle was?
deformed. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, I found that kind of weird.
I know a
too.
whole lot about Aristotle anyway.
What do you know about Buck versus Bell, 1923? This is a very interesting
I'd never
case.
heard of that before.
Uncle
this,
Buck.
but I knew that.
And
So it's a woman who was her mother was institutionalized, labeled as an imbecile. She herself was also labeled to be an imbecile because she only had an 8th grade reading level when she was age 17. So the state, or she also had a child named Vivian who didn't quite look right. So the state was the
They
state
didn't
had
look
decided.
right?
Yeah, that's it. It doesn't quite look right. So the state. This is in the 40s or the 20s rather, back at the height of eugenics coming up and
Yeah.
whatnot. So they decided they're going to sterilize the middle person, Carrie, they just had the child. Her mother was the one who was institutionalized because they decided that 3 generations of feeble-minded people was enough. But she didn't like that. She hired a lawyer, and the lawyer argued that it was a cruel and unusual punishment. What do you guys think about it? Cruel and unusual for the state to take away your right to procreate,
yes.
Well, I'm a libertarian. So I don't think the state should be able to.
to do anything? Yeah, I feel you there.
I don't think so. So
I think anybody with half a fucking brain would say no. The state shouldn't be able to do that.
You don't think so?
right.
No, just for the simple purpose of we think.
Obviously.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Where does it end, though? That's the problem. Because she doesn't look quite right to me. Sterilize her.
Yeah, that's not okay.
No, it isn't.
Did you know that throughout the practice of eugenics in America, 60,000 people were sterilized?
I would have thought it was more than that.
Yeah, I think that's in California alone.
No, that was America. 20,000 alone were in California. 1/3 of the total people sterilized in America were done in California.
That sucks.
What was the other?
Well, they
stat I
cited
gave you?
some of these. I mean, during the Nuremberg trials, because when they were talking about the Nazis and their eugenics program,
Yeah,
they were citing some of these
was
laws as a defense.
This
Like
was the
the
fucking-
Virginia common law. The guy read it right out of the book, and it said, we're going to sterilize you if you look whatever. And
That's the quote I was trying to give you earlier. That
okay,
the
yeah.
Nazis didn't do
That's
it.
the one
famous.
quote, but yeah.
Yeah, but I
Yes.
don't remember the exact quote. I'm paraphrasing, but it was something like the Nazis didn't do it perfect.
Look
We
up,
modeled our stuff after the Americans. You
right.
know what I mean?
If you look up on Google, Judgment at Nuremberg, because he read it in the movie, Judgment at Nuremberg, Virginia law cited. It'll tell you what exactly he read it right out of it.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah, because that was part of the movie. He's going. I want to read something to you, and he read it, and it sounded like the Nazis, but it was actually right out of the Virginia law. Whatever, colonial Virginia.
Man, yeah, can you imagine being the prosecuting attorney on that, and then the defense brings that up, and you're like, oh shit.
That's all right. They still won.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah.
In that case, even I could have won that one. But I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. Where do you end it? I mean, if you start giving arbitrary, your IQ is below 80, we're gonna sterilize you. Well, first of all, is IQ an accurate measure
Exactly, that's
of
what I'm saying.
intelligence, etc.? And then you can just say, well, if you're too short, we don't want you to procreate.
I took a bunch of online IQ tests.
Okay.
What would you gauge me at? Now, that obviously IQ is not.
Would
right.
I gauge
What would
you?
you gauge me at? I took a bunch of them, and they all say the same thing.
Well, I mean, what's average? 100? 100's average, right?
100's average. And I told you this when it
112.
happened. I
112.
remember messaging you.
Well,
this
since
and
you're
trying to-
bragging about it, I'm going to assume it's higher than that. 120.
No.
What is it?
Your IQ?
68.
What, your IQ?
131, Armand.
60.
131.
Yeah,
On 3 different online, complete
Exactly.
separate platforms.
Exactly the same.
131.
That's fucking weird.
I know.
That doesn't even make sense. Mine usually
I told you when it happened, though, so I'm just.
mine
I'm
usually
not
goes
lying.
between 120 and
I always
140.
take those damn things.
131.
How do you get the score? Because it always says if you want to get your score, spend $9.95 and we'll give it to you.
There's other bullshit ones out there.
That's how dumb I am. I don't even know. I don't have one.
I've not found an online IQ test that I trust at all. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, what are they like? The ones
Because you
I-
can game those fucking things, man.
Well, the ones I usually now there's several different ones, but the ones I take always has got like the little pattern of the lines and dots and all that. That doesn't
stuff
sound like
that.
a.
Well,
That
they get
to me is
they get harder and harder and harder.
true,
and harder,
but
you know
still,
what
I mean that's
It's spatial awareness, spatial IQ is
what
different types of
intellect
IQ.
does that gauge?
Spatial
know.
IQ versus
Yeah, but that's just
But it
one
get-
aspect.
They have other stuff in
Right.
there. other
Usually,
than,
then they
like,
give you a
guess the
pattern, 1, 2,
Yeah.
4, 9, etc.
we should do after the show's over. Let's find an IQ test. Same,
And all three
three of us
take it.
take it.
That,
All right,
that
bet.
you don't have to pay to get the
Here's what we do.
results.
I'll find 3 of them that we can each take all 3 of them
And get an average.
and then whoever has the best average is the
Oh,
smartest.
this will
on
be
Serial
great,
Hey,
dude.
who do the readers? I mean, the listeners think would.
Well,
we'll take a poll. Who they think's going to get the highest?
In fact, somebody out there who's listening right now, find me 3 IQ tests you can get results from that don't have to pay.
That you don't have to pay.
Yeah, no
Source
paying.
Because if that,
Luar,
I'm
get
out.
on that. Luar
I
can do
won't pay
it.
shit.
What a pay shit, he says.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I
I don't
found
know how
that
you
quote,
did it
though.
online and didn't have to pay. Mine's always.
I did it actually. I did it on my phone actually.
I was offered to join Mensa.
Well,
I
I'm
said,
too
"Fuck
dumb to
you."
get on there. Yeah, all right.
Let's see. So in this movie you're talking about, the Judgment in Nuremberg.
Yeah, but how about if somebody's like gets like Forrest Gump, who's obviously mildly retarded, we'd
Sure.
say,
Yeah.
but has an athletic. I mean, the athletic that he, although he actually had the braces too, but he can run up. His athleticism is extraordinary. You sterilize him.
Depends on what you're trying to breed for.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I think at eugenics, as American institution, focused on the intellectual side rather than the
Art,
the physical
math,
side.
science,
Right.
stuff like that.
But if you think about slavery in general, think about how they
bred for
Slavery was
absolutely
maybe not even on purpose eugenics, but they was.
I think
They
it
didn't
was
call
purposeful. A lot of it. They wanted
It's
big,
exact
strong
purpose of
black
breeding.
guys. That
Yeah,
was the most
farm
valuable
workers.
slave.
Yeah,
well, or to sell. It's more or less.
That's why I was
like
talking to you earlier about
setting
this.
out Seabiscuit to stud. That's basically what it was.
Night Raven says right now Eric's thinking all the money he spent on IQ tests. I've never spent anything on them at all.
No, but in this movie, Hans Rolf, character named Hans Rolf, is defending basically the German
Right.
people
Maximilian Schell, as
Right,
portrayed
Max
by
Schell.
Maximilian Schell, who won the Academy Award, by the way,
Thank you.
best actor.
He's trying
You're welcome.
to basically defend the fact that German people shouldn't wear the guilt of the Nazi Party and what they did. So to make his case, he draws parallels between some of the Nuremberg laws and those in other countries. One Nazi law decreed the sterilization of the many handicapped, but so did a Virginia law upheld by the Supreme Court. It shows that Rudolf Peterson, a baker's assistant sterilized by Nazi doctors, was indeed feeble-minded under the law.
As portrayed by Montgomery Clift.
Yes, exactly right. Anyway, long story short, they had showed that, we have precedent we found in other countries, and it gave us the idea.
But it was
Hitler
great in the
himself-
movie because he read it out of a book and you didn't know what he's reading from.
Sure.
And he goes, Virginia common law or whatever. And that was that. It was kind of shocking. Yeah, because the first time I saw that's got to be a mistake. And I looked it up and That was not. That's apparently.
What'd you
that's
do
what
before
he
the
really
internet? Because you probably watched that before the internet, didn't you?
Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah, I went to a lot of sources. It took
went
me a
to a
long
library?
time. Yeah, I believe I did. Yeah, do they still have those?
No, I don't think.
And there was a
that's thing anymore.
payphone in it too.
I used to love the library.
Oh,
It's the best
Yeah,
place.
you get
ever
laid
for
in there
kids.
real easy.
No,
A lot
man,
of chicks used to hang
Me
out
and
at the
Eric used to go to the
library.
library once or twice a week and go home with a stack of books, go back in a couple days, all read, and get stacks of books. That was all we had.
Yeah,
back
me
in the day.
too.
No cable. We had a library 3 blocks away.
Uh-huh.
That's what we thought was cool.
I had even better. My buddy worked there, and I stole a bunch of books.
Hey, even better. We weren't so much thieves
Right, he
like
just
you.
checked me out. Go ahead.
He's one of the other undesirables they talk about. Derelicts, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Hey,
So,
I don't want anybody else to have
criminals-
my knowledge.
We're going to sterilize you, you criminal.
Well,
Yeah,
do you
they don't want
sterilize
a
for
guy
that?
going around trying to impregnate 587 women, and
No, 459.
that's it. That's even inflated. So we'll just
No,
go ahead
it
and-
isn't.
Yes, it is.
Armand, well, it is inflated, but we're not going to talk about the inflation of that number on the show.
Right, it is inflated.
It may
as
not
shit.
be inflated. There may be 459, but they weren't all like what I would consider worthwhile.
It's
of a whole-
inflated.
Right, I didn't say they were pretty.
No, that's not what we're
That's not
talking.
what we're talking about at all.
Moving along.
You want to discuss your IQ or my sexual conquest?
None.
All right.
Did you know that at one point in the 40s, 66% of the American population believed that mental defectives should be sterilized? 2/3 of the country. That's how effective.
I'll tell you what, I think it's
2/3,
probably still
66.
pretty high. If you ask okay,
Today, a couple people we'd asked, "Hey, do you believe in eugenics?" Basically, the forced sterilization. They were like, "Yeah."
yeah, right. Well, if the child, okay, say you're doing amniocentesis and the child is Down syndrome,
Yes.
I bet you probably more than half people would say, get rid of the child, abort,
Wow.
terminate the pregnancy.
You
I think
half?
I'd have probably
Think
say the
half?
same.
Fuck, I don't know. Man, maybe. I'm not sure.
I think
don't
the only
know.
thing that's changed is the definition of what that constitutes. But what
At
do
the end
you
of the day,
say?
no, you're exactly right. Are you asking me whether or not I
Well,
would
if your
abort
wife
in that case?
your
Would I do
wife
that?
is pregnant with
I
a
would
Down
probably-
syndrome child,
I probably would want to.
you would abort.
I'm not saying I would because it's a decision we both have to make
Sure,
together.
but you would
But if it was
say-
my decision alone, my decision would probably be let's.
So things haven't really changed because I think I'd agree with that.
I mean, and it's for selfish reasons too. I don't think I would want to raise a handicapped child. I barely want to raise a regular
So
child.
go to surrealtalkpodcast.com, go down on the side and vote Team Eric. If you're
Pro-life.
Pro-life. Team Eric.
Yes.
Pro-choice.
Right.
Team Everett.
Team
No,
Armand.
no.
If you think I'm cute enough to bag
Armand's
459
number is-
women,
let me get my phone here. 618-555-DICK
Yeah.
for Armand.
With a subset of HEAD for head,
extension
dickhead.
HEAD.
I was gonna say extension 69.
You're not funny.
You've reached the doctor, the foot doctor
Of love.
of love.
All right. That's sick.
Oh yeah, sure.
Did you know that?
Well, what about you? Would you abort the child? Down syndrome?
I don't know.
You got 131 IQ and you can't
I said
make a decision?
No, I said I don't know. It would be thinking. I'd have to think about that.
Let's think about it then. 3 months in.
Go ahead, take your time.
A little before 3 months, you get.
We
the
don't need
genetic testing done.
Yeah. Say. Oh, wait. What are you doing?
Saying a little bit before 3 months, you get your pregnancy started. You guys are going in a little bit before 3 months, get your genetic testing done.
Sure.
Because you're of advanced age, and you probably have an old ass.
What'd you
wife
just
who's-
say to
Yeah,
me?
your
You're of
sperm.
advanced age, and you probably have an old ass wife who's of advanced age.
Your sperm
And
have very short
and I want to do
tails.
these testes to find out these
Testes?
tests. Testes.
The right test. The right
That's
testis.
that's the singular form of testes.
Yeah,
That's
testis.
correct. Yes.
I want to do this testis. I like how. Anyway.
I get it. In
Well,
the Brooklyn accent.
So think about it.
Yeah. Think.
You got a couple
Do
months.
you want? Yeah. No. Well.
You said I had 3 months.
No. It's been 3 months.
Well, I'm not
3
sure
months
how-
into the pregnancy. 3 months
Yeah,
in.
I'm
3
not
months
sure how
along.
old they have to be before you can tell it. I guess it's reasonably early on. I
Right.
think
I
they-
got to
as soon
know
as there's
shit like
DNA.
that. Yeah, I got to know shit like that.
I mean.
Yeah.
It's
Trisomy 21.
Right. That's
Okay.
So
Well-
how long will I know before I have to make the decision?
Before the end
what's
of the
the
show.
cutoff? What's the cutoff?
So say you learn in 3 months, you want to be for sure by 6 months. I would say you want to do it as quick as fucking possible. Would be the answer for humaneness.
All right, so I need 3 months, and I might come to you sooner with the answer. So I don't know. I'll
You
tell you in
need
3 months.
You have till the end of the show. Make your decision.
I'm going to need 3 months.
What about you and your partner have a? You got a woman that you and your partner have paid to have a child for you guys, since you can't have a child together, being both male, and it's like.
It's fucking clever, isn't he?
I like this analogy.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
So the test is showing that the child she's carrying, it's not your husband's or yours.
Okay.
Do you and your husband think you probably
Your
wanna
husband is
retry
Mayor
with
Pete.
another surrogate? Like, you're paid for this. You know what I mean? This surrogate
And it's
is
not ours?
It's well, I mean, you paid for it. Maybe one of your sperms is involved. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
What are you trying to tell me happened? I don't know. I don't get it.
So instead of it's your wife who's pregnant, you've paid a surrogate. You and your husband have paid a surrogate.
Okay.
She's pregnant. They did the test and it finds out it has Down syndrome or some other thing. It's early
Oh, okay,
on.
but yeah.
It's not your baby, so to speak. It's just a baby you're purchasing from a surrogate.
But at that point, it is your baby, though.
Yeah, I mean,
that's,
okay,
that's
what's your
your
decision?
baby.
I mean, gonna be, but
You're
trying. Why would you restart the process, or you did it once and it started?
I need 3 months probably to know. Figure
You
it out.
pussy.
I don't know, man.
I don't mean that in a derogative way towards women. I mean
See
that
what he did there?
in
With
a
his-
generalized.
with his-
We
he's a
made
chicken
a
bigoted
shit.
ass.
derogative way toward pussies.
Sorry, chicken shit answer.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's situational, man. Situational.
How? The situation is the child has.
Yeah, Down syndrome. Do you
congenital birth
terminate or
defect.
do you go to term?
Any birth defect.
Because
That's all.
it depends if I'm 60 years old and I don't know that I
No,
can
your
care for it.
age right now. This.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
Don't
see,
make it
there's-
too. Don't.
I'm
you
thinking,
know.
I mean, it's all situational. You have to.
It's
have
not
to-
Well,
We're
this is a
giving you the-
situation. You're your age, and you got your wife. You know, whatever.
Your make believe wife.
Yeah. Okay. Your wife can't conceive. You have a surrogate that's
She
that's
thinks
having
exactly
a
the
child for
same
you.
way you do. So you guys, whatever you come up with, is the same thing she comes
You
up
guys
with.
don't see my uncomfortable face?
Why are you being so chicken shit? I mean,
I don't know. I don't know.
like
I
you
got
never
it.
thought about this.
No, I just don't know. If I
Yeah,
need 3
see,
months.
He's afraid to say.
All right. Let's get Tony in
see it in
here.
him.
I think we need a new host.
I didn't know this was the chicken shit show hour.
Yeah.
Huh?
This is chicken shit
Yes
show.
or no? You can even use an English accent.
I wouldn't.
Would you
I wouldn't
abort the
terminate.
baby?
I don't think so.
If the baby had a
You
club
gotta have
foot
a baby.
and a heart on the outside of its chest, something bad. It's not going to be good for this baby.
Yeah. Would you
Life
make
is
up
hard.
your mind?
It's missing an eye.
Life is hard,
It's
but
got
there's
an arm
life.
coming out of its chest,
Is
and
it
it could
still-
live.
there's
It could
still-
live.
It's
It'd be a hard
viable.
life.
It's just yeah. You
Give her
have,
hell.
But right now, it's only 2 months along, but they could tell that it's going to come out bad.
No, we'll be all right.
You're going to let it happen.
Yeah.
okay. Go to
Well, there
term.
you go. There's
Okay,
nothing wrong with
yeah.
that. I can't believe it's so hard for you to say.
I didn't know. I had to think about it, fucker. And I don't even know. That's a preliminary thought and
See,
decision.
I don't know about this guy. He said 3 months, and now he's got it in 3 minutes.
Yeah. So I don't even know that that's right. I don't even know.
I don't know if I believe that 131. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, maybe
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe
You sure
maybe
wasn't just
131
31?
backwards.
131. Yeah. No shit, huh?
A palindromic IQ. Nah, I think it's just one. I just think it was 31.
13.
Yeah, there you go.
13.
You want to read this quote you had here, the wild modern social conditions quote, Eric?
I don't
Because we
remember
both, it's right here.
What,
Second
what,
last
what do the
paragraph.
listeners say about this? Would they?
I don't know. I haven't been
Are they?
monitoring.
Are
the chat
they?
too much.
Would they abort? I can't read it anymore. We don't have the damn.
We need, I'm going to get a TV in next week. I
Yeah,
believe.
good.
Let's see what the users are saying here.
So the modern social condition one. Okay. So while modern social conditions are removing the crude physical checks which the unrestrained struggle for existence places on the over-fertility of the unfit, they may at the same time be leading the lessened relative fertility in those physically and mentally fitter stocks. From the bulk of the leaders.
Give me that.
Yeah.
Give me this.
I
God
don't,
damn
I don't
it.
even remember. I remember thinking that didn't sound right.
Well, all I can think
Where'd you
is
get this quote?
you sound like
I got it from the internet.
you're a stuttering car.
I'm
when
still
you're
thinking
reading.
about the fucking question, okay?
All you got to do is read it.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the question you guys just hit me with.
Are you still thinking about the abortion thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Get over it. Get over it. It's over. You're not killing it. You got a baby. Congratulations. You're a good human. Team Eric
Fuckers.
Bro.
All right, great. Yeah,
Fuckers.
I'm not quarreling with his
Yeah, me
decision.
either.
He just didn't
He
make
is.
one.
He's still very conflicted in his
Yeah,
mind.
I can't believe you guys tried to make me think that. Right? You were like, are you going to kill somebody right here? Are you going to kill
I was going to kill you if you didn't answer. Luckily, you
Jesus.
did. So anyway, here's a quote Eric found, and it relates to eugenics. While modern social conditions are removing the crude physical checks which the unrestrained struggle for existence places on the overfertility of the unfit, they may at the same time be leading to lessened relative fertility in those physically and mentally fitter stocks, from which the bulk of our leaders have hitherto been drawn.
Right.
So I read this as,
I'm sweating from that question.
calm down, we're moved on.
I know. Just saying.
What does that mean to you, Armand? Let's see which one you.
What I think I'm getting from that is that somehow that, and this is kind of a myth, that the more mentally dull you are, the more you want to have sex, and the more they seem to think that usually, yeah, that you gave into your passions more.
That's basically what they're saying.
And you had more sex and you had more children, and at least at that time you were taking what would probably be subsistence away from other people.
Yeah, basically,
under the myth that-
what I found is pretty much what you're saying here is that the less desirable stock know better.
Yeah,
and will
tend to procreate more
without restraint.
Right.
And
Because they're not smart enough to practice what we would consider,
And it also states that the bulk of our leaders, I guess the smart people
Right.
who are not drawn to those, they are drawn to the ones who, are basically chaste, which makes perfect sense. I know Eric thought it was the opposite to where
What was your interpretation?
You don't remember?
I don't remember. No, because I remember telling you we thought completely different things about that.
Yeah. Well, does that make sense to you now that you reread it? You okay with my?
I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, but this kind of goes to me with these stupid doomsday thing. Because I mean, in the '60s and '70s, I mean, Paul Ehrlich, who I think is still alive, God damn it, but it used to be overpopulated. Everybody's worried about overpopulation and
They still
mass
are.
starving. That's
We're 3
bullshit.
billion people
Right.
plus since then.
Right, and we're gonna hit about 9.5 billion, and then it's gonna go down.
You think that's where it's going to hit?
So what?
That's,
It could
that's
be
the thing
12.
about overpopulation too. All it takes is maybe 2 generations to correct.
I don't even think there is such a thing.
As correcting or overpopulation?
Overpopulation.
We got plenty of space if we just use it correctly.
People are too fat. It's not the front. People aren't starving. People are too big.
I mean,
We
I
throw a
don't
lot
like
of food
food.
away. We throw a lot away. Yeah.
Right. There's plenty. There's plenty of food on this planet. I mean,
plenty of room,
what
plenty of
they've-
resources.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What they've done with this modern farming is unbelievable. What they're doing, the yields,
fair.
the crop
Vertical
yields.
farming and-
It's
yeah.
unbelievable what they're doing. That's not a problem.
That's fair.
So that's not why I would say it. I mean, the question is,
Now, population density is a problem in certain areas.
well, sure, just
but
like anything else.
is the planet itself
Right.
incapable of sustaining a 7 billion human
12
population?
billion, 15 billion, of course. But
Think
it's not going
about
to
it.
get that much.
I wonder how much weight that adds to the planet. We'll throw it off.
Nothing.
Sure. That's
adds
bad for the
nothing.
plate tectonics, yeah.
It literally adds nothing.
No.
If every Chinaman jumped at the same time, would that crack the earth?
No.
Remember that old
Yeah,
canard?
Yeah, but it
No, I
wouldn't.
don't remember that.
Yeah, remember?
No.
They said
You,
that.
you know what I mean? How it would add nothing? Because that everything that makes these people up is already here.
It's already here.
That's
Yeah.
correct. Because
Yeah, she's just getting bigger. Yeah,
mass
right.
cannot be created or destroyed,
So they say,
or energy.
or
Or
transmuted.
energy. Yeah.
It can only be transmuted, rather.
All right. So anyway, what were we talking about, though?
So Eric was thinking earlier today
What's
when we were.
Eric-
I
what's
thought
Eric
this was
talking
funny. We
about?
made this little note that current mortality rates and life expectancy had made eugenics look feasible to Eric. So earlier today, Eric was on the side of eugenics.
Yeah, it's been a weird day.
Uh-oh.
Overcrowding, overpopulation. He's like, yeah, it was a funny morning.
Yeah, it's been a weird day.
Well,
for me.
well, let's say it this then. Let's say theoretically it works, and through selective breeding, we can quote like do the Star Trek thing and improve man and have a bunch of
Sure,
cons and all that stuff. Or you can raise
so glad you brought that up.
the average IQ from 100 to 110 or 115.
Okay.
Would you do it?
It depends
Is it
on the
worth it?
methods. It depends on the methods
Well,
of
you
the-
know the methods. You sterilize anybody below a certain intellect, and whoever has an intellect, you actually make them procreate.
It's gonna be a good idea for a story. So they pass eugenics, right? Okay. And they are super strict on their breeding. But if they fucked up and they accidentally bred in a gene that fucking destroys the population.
So you've not number one seen
So
that
it's
Logan
pretty
Paul
schlocky,
movie.
but-
Never seen that Logan Paul movie where they give the kids the high school test, and if you fail, you die because they're trying
Sounds
to make
like
it better.
eugenics.
It is exactly what it is.
What's
They're
it
making-
called? Hold on.
I had you.
Is the
I had
test
you-
an intellect
I'll
test?
find
Yes,
it.
yes.
I'll find it.
Intelligence?
The thinning.
Yes, that one.
Thinning.
Yeah, because
Good-
they thin
good
out the
title.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
It's a
Thinning
YouTube
the herd.
original, I think, and it was not a bad movie. I
Okay.
say Logan Paul movie because that was the main character.
But nobody knew this was going on. That's kind of hard to believe.
No, it was completely. They knew.
That's good.
No, it was a celebrated practice.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
let's
no.
celebrate.
It's like Logan's Run.
Yeah, but that was at 30. Everybody
yeah.
dies at 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except Peter Ustinov.
In a dying world, population control is dictated by an aptitude test in high school.
Two brothers.
When 2 students discover the test is all smoke and mirrors and hiding a larger conspiracy,
One YouTube star.
they go against the system to expose
Yeah,
the conspiracy and take it down.
Now it's personal.
Logan Paul is the thinning.
Who the hell's Logan,
Logan
Paul?
Paul is the thing.
is the thinning.
His dad's actually a fucking
Paul
politician.
on a diet.
Steve Thinning.
Yes, Steve.
The obese. All right. What a
fuck.
Logan Paul.
No, there's another movie too, and I can't remember what it was because we got on that Logan Paul kick. But yeah, I know.
But I mean, that's the thing, though. I mean, originally, unfortunately, sterilization was more based on race than intellect, and the other way. And then, of course, Hitler encouraged, blonde hair, blue-eyed people not to have sex with other, dark,
Or else you're
dark-skinned people.
defeating the purpose. at
Right.
that point.
Yeah. Right. Because you're attaining the the pure Aryan appearance.
So you got me stuck on Star Trek, Armand. This is
Oh,
your
okay.
fault.
Yeah. Remember that? Well.
So Khan.
the eugenics wars. yeah.
Exactly, perfectly. In the 90s, the 1990s,
Right.
the planet had eugenics wars. Eventually, we did defeat the eugenics.
Yeah, but they all got
The
away.
eugenicists.
Not all of them. Not even near all of
50
them.
or 70 of those supermen got away.
That's true. That's where Khan was
On
at.
the
He was-
Botany Bay.
Right. But what do you think about that? If we are allowed at this point to genetically alter ourselves and make ourselves better or selectively breed, what are the implications for that for normal society? People who decide not to go with that.
Well, that's what we had the superhuman show, basically. And then even though it's not eugenics, it's like if we could modify the human, remember that?
Yeah.
Are the rich going to get it and withhold it? Yeah.
That's the question right there,
Yeah.
because does it become a service you have to pay for?
Yeah. Because eugenics per se would probably take a couple generations anyway.
And it's really just raw idea. Eugenics is to help the society, not just to help rich people. This is to help society. You know what I mean? But I would think that transhumanism is eugenics, but not really eugenics because it's not in a good-hearted way. You know
That's
what
I'm saying. I don't think a superhuman, be it intellect or physical ability, would give it away. I think he'd, I wouldn't. I don't want you two slobs to be like me.
Oh, yeah?
The hell
I
are
think
you?
I'm already
We're
not
right there
like
with
you,
you.
Armand.
Well, I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
right. No shit.
theoretically.
We're right there with you.
Good. I'm glad we're on the same page.
So also in Star Trek, past Khan in Deep Space Nine. You
I'd
familiar
kill
with that?
anybody over 6 feet tall. I want to be the tallest man in the world.
How are you,
Pack a
5'10"?
lunch. That'd be an all-day job.
My
Is what
heels.
that means.
5'9"?
Yeah, there he goes.
That's not too bad.
It's low center gravity.
Well, I let my hair grow
It's
up
easy to take
at
care of.
about
Take it in front
5'9"
of
and a
you.
half. Yeah, if I spike my hair.
Did you watch Deep Space Nine at all?
No, I don't watch any except the original.
You should watch. Deep Space Nine is by far the best Star Trek of them all.
Is it
by far.
really? Okay.
It was whenever they finally adopted a serialized storytelling rather than just episodic.
Right. Okay.
The last 4 seasons are basically one long episode. It was great.
Okay.
But the doctor on the space station, he was genetically modified, illegally, because in Star Trek it is illegal to genetically modify.
Oh, okay.
He had to hide the fact. He wouldn't have been able to be allowed in Starfleet.
But what was he modified to do?
He had everything. He had he was like Khan, basically, as good or better than Khan. But he didn't have the
because Khan
megalomania.
could, like 5 times your strength, and he's also
I don't
brilliant.
think Bashir
right?
was
Remember?
that strong, but he could throw a dart and a bullseye from across the room, could do instant math in his head. I mean, he was definition of a superhuman, super intellect.
Yeah.
There was the storyline in that show, though, where there was other people who were genetically modified to be super smart, be superhumans, more or less like him.
Right.
But they didn't have the money that Bashir's parents had. So before it happened to Bashir, he was actually slow. He was a feeble-minded individual that they
Enhanced,
fixed, more or less,
yeah.
enhanced. But these other people, they had got the super intelligence, but it gave them all sorts of behavioral issues and shit like that. So the Federation kept them basically institutionalized. Well, their caregiver, their main doctor, had decided to expose them to Julian Bashir being recently out of the closet, modified, an augment, as they called them. They're augments.
Yeah.
But eventually, as the storyline went, it was a great episode. They convinced Bashir that the current war the Federation in was unwinnable, that he needs to contact the Federation Council, recommend... Oh, I'm wheezing real bad. You hear that?
I don't.
Yeah, you're.
And recommend a surrender. It was a really good episode. But they didn't have all the facts, and that's what you get whenever you think you're so smart just by raw smartness ability. You're only as smart as what you know. So.
Well, I mean, we've already established that it probably doesn't work. It's very hard to make it work. But if it did, for sure...
Would I take the smart pill?
Well, you're the president. Would you?
No, he's saying, would you enact a law?
Yeah,
Oh,
would
no.
you
To kill
initiate a
people.
eugenics program?
No.
Well, to make not even killing people, to say you cannot.
No.
Your IQ is 130. You have to procreate with somebody with an IQ over 130.
If you know me at all,
This is called America, and we're free to do whatever the fuck we want to do.
But if it would enhance the human race.
So
I don't give a fuck.
Anybody listening to the show
I'm
knows
from America.
My number one thing is civil liberty. You can't take away people's freedom and choice.
Exactly.
And two, and I've also been a proponent, I've said it a million times, you cannot force society's hand to change just because you want it to. Society will, if it's the right thing, society will catch up eventually.
You know what I'm kind of surprised about, maybe this
Darwinism.
happened. I'm surprised there isn't like a Match.com for people with 130 IQ, or something like that.
Oh, fuck. Why'd you say that?
I don't know.
No shit.
Let's
cut
start
the stream.
it.
Cut the stream.
Cut the stream.
Cut it off. That's the idea.
Isn't that brilliant?
That is
That
pretty
good.
brilliant.
I think we should do
We
that.
call
huh?
it eugenicslove.com.
You got to pass. You got to pass like a Mensa test.
Smart dick. Eric's not allowed on there.
Smart cock dick.
Eric's not allowed on there. That's
Well,
for
he's
sure.
got 131. I think that's
how you register. You put in your name, you put in your last name.
got to take a test.
25
How
part
smart
IQ
is
test.
you? How smart is you, bud?
Well, I know they got Mensa,
smart.
of course, so I bet they've got a Mensa dating site. But
You think
I bet they
probably
do.
There's a lot of people in that.
yeah, well, it's 2%. Now, what's the one that's like? There's one that's like 1 out of a million or something.
I don't know.
What can you look it up? The most selective. God, what was it called? That has a cool name too. It's like way harder
Way
to get
cooler
into
than
than
Mensa.
Mensa. Yeah. Most selective. God, what's it? It starts with a P.
Hold on, I'm looking
I'm
here.
too stupid. I can't remember it. But it's like one in a
IQ society.
Yeah,
Let's
1 in a
see.
million, I think, or something. Because Mensa's like 2%. top 2%.
Prometheus?
Yeah, Prometheus. I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Or my Google Fu is better than yours.
See, you're
right there?
faster.
I have like 10 of them, and they go in an order of like how smart you got to be to get in.
Okay, is
them. I
Prometheus?
was working my way down. That is, it's the
That's-
99.997th percentile.
Wow.
It is the Prometheus
1 in
Society,
30,000.
and it's the Four Sigma Society.
Four Sigma Society.
But past that, you have the 99.9999th percentile.
Well, that's 1 in a million.
The Pi Society and the Mega Society.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who the hell's in that? I want to meet somebody in
I
that.
don't know. Every one of these
You
has
know
a-
she's
How
got
you doing, Armand?
Yeah, she's got to be
Nice
a
to meet
dog.
you.
No, I'd like to meet a woman.
Oh, sorry,
Mayor Pete.
Mayor Pete.
If you can,
get
what do
the
you
joke,
think?
Armand.
What
You
do
don't know who
get out
Mayor
of-
Pete is?
What do you get out of being in one of these societies? Mensa?
It's
or
got to be
fucking-
arrogance and ego.
That's my thought
It's kind of
exactly.
cool. It might
Gotta
get you
be.
laid. Hey, baby, here's my Mensa card.
Get you laid.
By
Arrogance.
who?
We got to take the
Some
Mensa
bitch who only
test.
cares about how smart you are? I mean, that's
so
smart is
what?
important, but if you're using it as a basis of
Right.
like,
You want that girl? You want a girl that's gonna have fun?
Hey, my check from Millionaire got me laid more times than anything else.
you are such
I
the
should
outlier.
carry it with me.
We
He's
can
a
use you as no example.
Well,
Simple
it's
man.
true.
He's a simple man.
I only
Come
date
on down to
simple
Simple
women.
Armand's. Get your dick sucked.
Oh, Lord. All right.
All right.
I think we took a quick end to this one today.
That was probably pretty bad.
Yeah,
wasn't
give
it?
us the in a world where
In a
I
world
crew
where
gets you
Armand
laid.
makes constant dick jokes,
He goes on a game show.
I laugh.
Quits at the last question. Has a big check, but not a
carries a
big dick.
copy with him.
Just to show to the ladies
In the
at
bar.
the bar. Because he's
Well,
Armand.
the podiatry
$500,000 check gets a $1,000 woman.
Yeah.
the podiatry card wasn't working too good. All right. So anyway,
Oh gosh, kill it.
All right, guys. Thanks
but
for.
I think that's
socials.
I bet you a lot of people would join that though.
What?
The the
the
high
smart fucking site.
How are you gonna tell though? Like, what do
Well,
you got to
take a you have to
test?
take. Well, there's that
You
millionaire
got to have
thing.
a certified IQ test.
Right, because there's a millionaire's supposedly there's this millionaire site, and you got to show your income
statement?
tax returns. Yeah,
I could fucking totally make you a millionaire with your income tax returns. I'll Photoshop that shit today.
Today.
I don't want to join that damn thing. Those women want money. You know me. I'm too cheap.
No, they got to be millionaires too, right?
No, just the guys.
There's got to be. Well, I mean, how do you feel about guys?
Right.
I
What are
don't
you
want
willing
one.
to do, Armand?
It's money,
I don't
Armand.
want one.
Right. I could help you. I'd be this.
here again.
You provide the services. I'll provide the protection for you. Whatever we want to call that.
You're a pimp. Is that what you're saying?
No.
It's a little harsh.
Yeah, it's a terrible
Yeah.
term.
What are you, a solicitor?
All right, everybody, stick around on the stream. We're going to start. We're going to do that little social show right after this. If you're listening on podcast, you download the second part if you're interested in that. Otherwise, we'll catch you next week. See ya. Roll that beautiful end credit footage. All right, let's do
Is that Jeopardy,
Let's
right?
do a little bit of silence so Brian could. Actually, I'll just make a new file.
Oh yeah. Let's make a new file then. How about you just make? That was red the whole time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was recording. I swear it was recording the whole time.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
red.
All right.
Yeah. Now
Peckerhead.
I'm not going to start the recording yet.
So
Let me get my shit
green
together.
is not recording.
I don't
That's
fucking
interesting.
know.
Green is primed for recording. It's
Oh.
ready to go. Green is ready to go.
And then red means stop.
No, red means it's recording, right?
Red means go.
Red means recording.
Yeah, I think we just wasted 2 hours.
So we got a bunch of fucking voicemails here, boys. Bunch of voicemails. So I'm gonna start the roll the music, and we'll start the second half. You ready?
Roll them.
There's the okay recording, and it doesn't really matter if we do this on the stream. This is
No,
kind of
no,
redundant.
it's pointless on the stream.
Boop. Oops. Yeah, on the stream because like you guys are still here.
Right. Welcome to Surreal Talk, a look inside the world of cults, conspiracies, and the paranormal. LineUpMedia.fm production, and we are back.
Part 2, first ever of this new social side of the show we're doing.
Probably be like conversations with ourselves where we'll just fucking quit doing it.
3 weeks. Nobody remember this happened.
Sex with ourselves.
Indeed, Armand.
Every day.
And a couple times.
Very healthy.
So the purpose behind this, as we talked about in the last half, is
Social.
is to play all the voicemails, talk about the emails, interact with the people in the chat, and keep that out of the main show that a lot of people were bitching about. A bunch of winos.
They were.
So what were they saying? It detracted from the show. Took too much time.
Let's
said
start
that
with voicemail. I'll find a voicemail or two that's got somebody saying about
yeah,
that.
Let's hear from
Let's
the
see.
listeners.
To info
At
Surreal Talk Podcast
dot slash.
containing the word voice.
Hey, you'll get your chance to talk to the voicemails. Just
Do-do-do-do-do.
be patient.
Those voicemails talk to me, Almond.
Yeah. You hear night voices? Any other
I
symptoms?
have no night terrors.
That's right.
I'm going to see what our Surreal Talk's best performing tweet was, since this is a social show.
Where is it? Here it is. Okay. It's Jason Cooper was the guy that said that recently about the voicemail. Let me find it.
So he's saying he's not wrong.
Okay, so this is an email from Jason Cooper. He's got this is an email about Nick's appearance last week. He's kind of shitting on Nick, but I'm reading it anyway.
Okay. Wow.
I thought Nick did pretty good. He says, I appreciate Nick Drago's attempt to go through all the Paula stuff dead, but he sounds like he looked some stuff up yesterday and spent the whole show flipping through notes for shit. It's easy enough to get someone on the show and knows this backwards and forward. Listen, Nick does know his shit backwards and forward. He may have been a little nervous that day or whatever, but Nick knows his shit. I'm going to defend him there. I'm a huge Beatles guy, as I think most of us are. Eric's not. There's a ton of stuff that he got wrong. I mean, you know, maybe.
Does he specify? What did he get wrong?
You're gonna need to give us some examples, Jason.
Yeah.
It was still interesting though. I also thought that. Love the show. Team Eric. Fuck you, Everett. Coopster won.
Okay.
But he comes back with another email. Says, I take it back. No offense, Eric. Team Everett. He's a Beatles guy.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So you had him and lost him with your lack of
Turncoat.
Beatles stuff.
With what? Damn. What was his name?
Jason Cooper. So we got another email here. I'm just going through some emails we haven't read in a while.
Never mind. Go ahead.
The subject of the email is 5 stars. It says, just sending a brief email to describe why I like your show.
Oh, okay. All right.
One word it is. I said one word, but the word is Armand. Thank you.
Wow. Who is this?
Hashtag Team Armand. It's from Morgan Pack.
Thank you, Morgan.
No joke, though. Need some more true crime. Re-listen to the West Memphis 3 and having that dude Corey on was spectacular. First person who's ever said that. Mm-hmm. Like, everybody hated Corey. I thought he was great on there.
I thought he was great, too.
What show did you guys do with Corey?
West Memphis 3, and we did a crossover with 3 Horsemen, too.
Yeah.
The wrestling show?
Yeah.
He's been on another one, too, hasn't he?
Really enjoy when you all have guests that are extremely knowledgeable on the subject matter, which is exactly why Corey killed it. Y'all are killing it. Hope Everett gets poop, or hope your poops get better. Me too. I've had a pretty good last week or so.
Yeah, we had
honestly.
comments about that because
a few people have said, they feel a little sorry for me. I appreciate that.
You're gonna start that.
my friend,
freedom, right?
my friend Tonga thought it was a little excessive.
What?
His
description?
specifications.
So did my wife.
His
Yeah.
graphic description.
I mean,
you'll have that.
How you gonna know
One
until
guy
you tell
emailed
him?
me, and I'll probably get to it in a minute. And I think he redefined. I always described it as poop and tar. He says he has the same issue, but he described it as caulk, and I agree.
Caulk?
Yeah, trying to.
Oh, dark
caulk.
caulk. CAUL.
Well, the consistency,
Yeah, caulk,
like
yeah.
like silicone caulk or
not
whatever.
cock, but caulk.
Yeah, like that comes out of the gun.
Yeah,
Right.
caulk.
It's the very sticky. You know what I mean?
And we call it caulk.
Next email is from Jordan Reynolds. We all know Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan.
Yes.
Sure.
Possible show? Question mark. Hey guys, I was wondering if y'all could do a show on Crystal Rogers. It's a case close case to the entire state of Kentucky with a lot of fuckery. I know some info about it. Can definitely talk about it too. Let's do a quick look at Crystal Rogers. See what that is.
Some kind of medical fuckery.
Crystal Rogers, Kentucky. What are you doing, Eric?
Nothing.
Hey, don't take the IQ test before we're all ready.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's
I
got
found
big
an
bad
article
pictures.
here on WDRB.com. Says judge rules Crystal Rogers' son can no longer see his grandmother, Sherry Ballard. 6-year-old son of Crystal Rogers, who disappeared in 2015, is assumed dead. Okay, that's not about the case though. Somebody who disappeared. Aha. So the CrimeJunkiePodcast.com has an entry to this. So it looks like the Crime Junkie Podcast did an episode on this. So check that out first and foremost if this interests you. But it says a 35-year-old woman named Crystal Rogers went missing from Bardstown, Kentucky back in 2015. Her car was found on the side of a busy parkway with a flat tire, keys, wallet, and phone still inside.
Still in something. No robbery.
Just 16 months later, while searching for answers, Crystal's father is murdered in cold blood. Now people are wondering if these two crimes are connected to a bigger conspiracy that started with the murder of a police officer in 2013.
Yes.
Could all these similarly different attacks be related? It's
I think so.
compelling. I don't know. It sounds like it'd be
Does
interesting.
Hillary Clinton have an alibi?
Hold on.
Nope.
I'm gonna
Sounds like the Clintons at work.
hang with me here. I'm gonna add this to our doc. Topic ideas.
It's a good one.
It is a good one. How's everybody doing out there in chat lane?
I don't think there's anybody left.
What was the name of that ship? Was it the Mary Celeste? Remember that?
Whose ship?
The one they found floating and the crew was gone.
Oh,
Everybody-
the ghost ship. Yeah, it was a
yeah,
ghost
Mary
ship.
Celeste, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did you guys ever do a show on that? I wonder what that was all
No,
about.
I have
I
an
saw the
entry.
movie though. Ghost Ship.
No, in our topic ideas though, I do have a note to do a whole ghost ships episode, which is never.
Oh, there's
ever
more than
happened.
one? Okay,
There's
because
been
that's the most famous,
several
I
ghost
think.
ships. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, I added that to the list. Okay, back to email here. Thanks, Jordan, for the email. Do. We got, and I'm not even pre-reading these. I've read most of these already. Some of them shit on them, some of us don't. I'm just gonna go through.
Oh,
them.
shit on us.
I
What
love
the hell?
those. I wish I should have starred the ones that did shit on
Yeah,
us.
but not your shit. It's too
It says,
tarry.
more paranormal. This is from Bryce Stolworth. I'm a night shift police officer, and I listen to your podcast every night during my shift. Thanks, pal.
Shit.
Thank you.
No, it's probably gonna get worse.
Once the call volume calms down. Okay, so after his volume of calls goes down.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I was pointed towards podcast by a more veteran officer when I told him listening to music for 12 hours each day gets kind of boring. I love the topics you guys talk about, and I would say I'm more of a team surreal. You both make such great points, and I agree with both of you on different topics. I really enjoyed listening to the Reddit's Real Paranormal Tales.
That was a fun one.
It was. I wish you guys would do more of this type or even do a podcast on the Indigo Children. This has really caught my attention. Anyway, keep doing what you guys are doing. You're both great. Indigo Children. Huh?
What are the Do you guys that
Oh,
ring
no.
a bell to
It's,
everybody?
yeah, it's like the black-eyed kids, I think.
I don't think it is.
No.
I'm
Oh
gonna
no, it's the real spiritual. They're like psychic kids. They call them Indigo Children, I think. Is that what they are? They have like powers.
Yeah, if you're born in the 70s, they're intuitive, creative, revolutionary, and often lost. Find out you're an indigo child.
We talked about this before. We didn't do a whole show on it, but we talked about the Indigo
Did we?
Children before. Yeah.
I want to highlight that one because I
Indigo
want
kid.
to.
I've never heard that term. I wonder where they get that from. I mean, why indigo?
Indigo is a color.
I know what it is.
Probably something to do with their aura. I don't know.
I hope that's an IQ test question.
Did anybody send us the IQ test? I don't know. Check the.
Remember that crayon? Wasn't it Moon Indigo? Remember that? Wasn't that a crayon in the 64 box?
I just thought it was Indigo. Indigo. I didn't think it was Moon Indigo. It might have been. Fuck, I don't
I'm trying to
remember.
think. I thought it was Moon Indigo.
Yeah, but I always got the cheap crayons, Armand. I never got
you
Crayola.
would. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, it was mine were waxy. Yeah, fucking waxy ones.
Oh, we
The
were cheap
sharpener
crayon.
and everything.
It was horrible.
Yeah, no,
If there's
crayon.
anything, as a kid, I'm talking to you parents out there that I can tell you from experience, you want to give your kid good crayons.
You
Yeah,
get
give him the
crayons.
64 box.
Sitting there being
man.
that kid, even a 64 bucks of cheap crayons, you could suck a dick.
Yeah, yeah, still sucks.
Crayola.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Crayola.
Buy the 12
yeah.
of them. You're not
Even-
spending that much
I'll tell you what.
fucking more money.
I'll take a
for the-
16 pack of Crayola over a 64 pack of fucking
Easy.
cheap rose art.
Easy all day.
You know what I mean?
All day. You're not
It's
wasting
so
that much more
embarrassing.
money.
Trying to color a picture with those piece of shit crayons.
It's
How do you get on
tantamount to
this?
child abuse.
It is
I
child
brought it up.
It's
I,
close.
Moon Indigo.
It's
I thought it was
close.
a color.
I'm calling my mom later and lamenting the fact that I had to have shitty crayons.
She should be incarcerated.
I don't know about that.
Slow down, Armand. That's my mom too now.
My mom, man. All right, another one here from a Desiree Moore.
Okay.
She's a goddamn saint. Okay?
Says Flat Earth episode. I just want to know, how are we going to Mars if Flat Earth is true? Good question.
Good question. Yeah.
We'll have to ask.
She's
David.
obviously bitten
I'll
into
put that on
religion.
the-
Yeah, put that on the.
It's a religion.
If we ever talk to David,
Did we ever
again.
ask him how? I was just thinking about the other night. Did he ever explain the phases of the moon
Hang on, I got a doc for this,
from the,
Armand.
from the flat? I wonder how they
Probably
explain
not.
that.
I don't know. Oh god, dude, why am I yawning like a?
Man.
That's a big one.
Like a peckerhead.
All right, so this next one's titled Everett's GI Issues from Mark Malam. I think he's in the chat today. I think I said him
great.
earlier. Anyway, Everett, I've had ulcerative colitis for over 20 years. It put me in a hospital twice in 2018. I don't know if I should be saying this stuff. I'm sorry, Mark.
Yeah,
I'm
HIPAA
blowing up
violation.
Asshole.
I feel your pain. It's got a cell in here, but I'm not going to give a cell number out. Says, I feel you, brother. Sometimes it's like shitting caulk, and the pain is terrible. Yes, it is, pal. I use medical marijuana here in Ohio for my UC, and it helps. The key is using something that's higher CBD to THC concentration. So this is a guy saying CBD is the way to go. We talked about that.
I
in our
would
other
be.
show.
I would think. Yeah.
I've still never tried CBD. I've always been a staunch proponent of recreational marijuana, not so much
No,
medical.
the oil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think that does. It's like a parasympathetic analog or something. That might help.
Might. Says, to get the best results with cannabis for medical issues, we need both THC and CBD. They work better together than each does on its own. It's called the entourage effect. Yeah, I've heard about that. I've actually read a lot about the entourage effect lately on Reddit, to where
So they're synergistic. The,
right.
THC
So
and CBD.
like people are making all these extracts now where you'll get these like the oils with like 99% THC, but a lot of people say that 99% THC or not, it's still not making me high as it should. It's because like they take out some stuff like terpenes and CBD and THCA and other types of chemicals in there that have this entourage effect that all help each other to give you the full package of what you consider the marijuana high. So
Yeah,
that's
but that's not what you want. You're just
well, not for this, but that's what I want. That's why I've always said that's what I want.
Yeah,
God
but
damn it, I'm here for the high.
Right. I hear you. But I think there's like at a point, because we smoke 20%, 25%, whatever it is around here that's really decent.
I doubt we're probably in the 10 to 12
Okay,
range,
so
right?
you want
We get cheap weed.
99%?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so I did it. Dabs are terrible, and they're like, I don't even know.
80s and 90s and their waxes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Fucked
we'll
up.
have to get some dabs. He says, I'd be happy with any questions you may have. My cell number is beep, 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 beep,
Yes.
beep, beep, beep. I'm not saying it.
yeah.
Call me personally, and I'll let you know what Mark's
Be
number is.
discreet.
I'm a regular listener for the last couple of years and only just recently began to interact with you guys. Well, thanks, Mark, man. Appreciate it. I've seen you in chat a few times and appreciate you coming on the thing. You might be here. Have I tried cutting out dairy? Jessica asks here in the chat. Yes, I've tried cutting out every piece of my
Gluten free too?
I've not tried specifically gluten. You've asked me that before, and I need to do
You
that.
need to get gluten free, then it.
See, I'm too dumb. I don't know what gluten is specifically, what foods have gluten in it, and I'm not wasting
Bread
money.
mostly.
Don't kill me. So I guess I did.
Well, you can have.
I went on keto for almost a year. So is that pretty much gluten free?
Yeah, I think they are usually.
I don't know.
You didn't eat any bread,
You're asking the wrong fucking
pasta.
I did have some bread, but it was very low carb bread.
Yeah, I think they have gluten free almost.
It might have well been.
Well,
It
that's
was
why they have a
healthy
whole,
choice
they
bread.
have a whole aisle at the grocery store, gluten free. So there you go.
But I dropped everything from my Diet Mountain Dew, which has aspartame in it, which is supposed to have a bad things.
Yeah.
I dropped that for weeks. Still had the problems.
Right.
What'd you drink?
Just water.
Well, when you lost all that weight, did that help at all?
That.
No. What did help is, and I would still have the same symptoms. Man, we're back to talking this again. Okay. I would still have the same symptoms I had before in times where I would, overindulge on, be it fucking steak or whatever I can eat. Whenever I would eat too much bacon and eggs,
Yeah.
I would still have, bad shit. The only thing that's really, I've noticed if I could keep consistent with it, is intermittent fasting. Is
that makes sense.
purposely slow down my digestive tract by only eating at a certain time during the day.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
I told you I seen GSP say that on Joe Rogan podcast. He said intermittent fasting was the cure. That's why he fucking retired basically.
Right.
It's the same shit.
Pun.
Cock shit.
Yeah.
All right, it's not funny.
Should do a irritable bowel syndrome podcast and call it cock shit.
Caulk shit. Caulk shit, huh?
Yeah. Instead of talk
Yeah,
shit.
why not? Shit caulk.
Yeah. Shit cock. Cock.
All right, moving on.
Cock.
Man, we're back to 11 days ago. This is how far we are back in emails. We've had this many emails in the past, I don't know, 10 or 11 days. This is a long motherfucker here from John Yerna.
John Yerna.
The subject line of H2O.
It doesn't have a taste.
This is regarding flat Earth.
Uh-oh.
And again, it's a long one, so here we go, people. The number one problem with accepting flat Earth is that you were brainwashed. Anybody that is 1 year to 6 years old. There's no punctuation in this giant thing. Very low.
Oh, man.
Anyway, I'm going for it anyway. What you were taught about the globe is in doctrine between the space station, which is completely fake with all the bloopers on that thing. What a joke. I know about the telescope people. It's a projection of light I can see through. It's not real anyway. This is hard without punctuation. 3 years ago, you told me we didn't land on the moon and the Earth was flat. I would have laughed so hard. At the fact I was laughing so hard about I had a coronary.
Oh, God.
But then I started
Stop
to
right there. I think we need to make a list of shit that would not be possible if the Earth was flat.
That's probably a good idea.
That's how you do the flat earthers.
Well, how about they make a list of shit that would be possible or should be possible because the Earth is flat. Might be harder for them though.
Yeah. That whole gravity thing on a plate is fucking harder toward the outsides, and it's like climbing a mountain. So.
Let me look through this here. This is so hard to read without punctuation. But
What do you think? I
then
think
I
that's the
started
way
to
you
look
get
at the evidence. Remember where we were spending a total of, he's got, looks like 1,000,000 miles an hour. I don't think that's the number.
That's not true.
The Earth itself is supposedly spinning 1,000 miles an hour, and I get it.
that's correct.
I create a centrifugal force, but that's a whole nother story here. Is a key reason why Earth has to be flat, at least the surface. Hydraulics. If you understand anything about water, that's how we build everything. With the water level, and that's a whole nother complication itself. But if we were spinning and moving and all that stuff, you cannot put water anywhere on an unlevel surface. You know what'll happen. Yeah, but that discounts
happen?
inertia. You know what I mean? That water has inertia. It's not that it's on a spinning surface. Think if you put, okay, what he's saying is if you put,
I know what he's saying.
I'm just saying for the audience, if you put water on a plate, right, and you start spinning that fucking plate,
Think of a basketball.
it's going to throw that water right
Think
off.
of a basketball.
Yeah, or basketball. Anything you put something on the surface and start spinning it. But that water has been here the entire time that the Earth's been spinning.
It's got momentum already.
Exactly. If you were to stop that momentum, then you'd have a problem.
Right.
But the momentum's already there. I don't know. This is a giant pro flat Earth thing, and I'm not going to go through it all, but he's got a lot of stuff here. John, why don't you, if you're listening, post this on our group and start
Call
out
in, because we're going to do call-ins on these social shows.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. If anybody wants to call in, just tell us right now. You can talk to us right now live on the air. I don't care. We'll call it. We'll give you Eric's personal cell phone number out on the air. I don't care. I'll give mine out. Just email me. info@SearleTalkPodcast.com or whatever.
I'll give mine out.
Yeah, you will.
I'll call them from my real cell phone number. How about that?
Ah.
Fucking internet's a weird place. I get enough
go
weird
ahead.
calls as it is. All right, let's go to the next email. Thanks for the email, John. I'm not right there with you with the flat Earth thing. I get your passion, and
why
I
not?
appreciate the time you put into this email. But
Well, I mean, we'll read it,
Kinda hard
just
to
not
read.
on air.
No, I'm probably not going to finish it.
Oh.
Look at it. It's a wall of text, man.
Oh
I
my
can't do
God.
it.
Woo.
I'll read it.
Well, reformat it for me then.
Let me rewrite it.
Yeah, reformat that, put in the punctuation where it should be, break the paragraphs up. I don't think you can do that with your own
Sure
writing.
you will.
I don't think you can do that with your
I'll
own
get
writing.
right on that.
Motherfucker, you know my docs look good.
Yeah, sure they do.
My docs, I make good docs.
You got a 131 IQ.
I'm telling you. No, I don't. I'm not saying that was accurate. I'm saying that it was consistent across
Yes.
3
I'm
tests.
just saying, you should be able to punctuate that. Should be a snap.
Easily could do that.
Absolutely.
Guaranteed.
Okay, this next email here is from a person, doesn't really, warm regards, at Sean Hades on Twitter. Hey guys, I have a discussion topic is the title. Hey guys, I have a very complex issue for you to cover and like to hear your thoughts. In my
No
opinion,
way.
if you
We don't want
manage to
complex
stop
issues.
if you manage to stop human overpopulation, which Armand disagrees with,
No such
causing
thing.
these issues, it still wouldn't be enough to immediately fix it. But it's a very hard problem. So he sent me an article link, and the headline of this article is Ominous UN report warns human activity has pushed 1 million plant and animal species to the
Oh,
brink of
horse
extinction.
shit. Yeah, I read that article. That's a bunch of crap.
And what's your problems with it?
Name them.
Name
Let's
what?
hear it. Genus and species. Yeah, 1 million have gone extinct. That's a bunch of horse shit.
You don't think so?
I'm not reading this whole thing.
Closer
right
to
now.
900,000 then, maybe?
They're closer to none.
You don't
None
think-
have gun.
You don't
Not
think
because of
deforestation has caused any extinctions?
No,
think so.
It's
it's called
impossible.
displacement.
You don't think they're accidentally, maybe just
No,
by
not
chance?
well, somewhat but more or less. What causes extinction by man is introduction of predators. That's what's, and then a removal of the of natural habitat. That's
Well,
true.
that's like
but
saying
there's
like-
only like 3 or 4, the dodo, etc. Passenger pigeon, etc. But not millions, and it's certainly not due to carbon
Tasmanian.
dioxide.
What he's basically
tiger.
saying is like,
Tasmanian tiger.
we may have did something that caused another animal to come in and put something extinct, but we
Exactly.
didn't do it. But that's like
Predator.
rolling a
Introduction
giant.
of predators.
It's like rolling a boulder down the hill and it hitting a house. You say, I didn't do shit to that house. The boulder did it.
Hey, I'm not liable, man.
Yeah, but that's been going on for ages. I mean, what's the point? What's his point?
His point is that we've pushed 1 million plant and animal species.
Not
to
a million.
extinction.
That
What about
is-
plant species? Don't buy that either?
No, absolutely not. In fact, contrarily, they're finding more and more species. They don't think we've even found. I read
But that
it.
doesn't take away the fact that if we did push 1 million to the brink, that
We're
finding new ones isn't.
I want documented. Where? There's no documentation. I read the article. There's no
Yeah.
documentation whatsoever
It's
in
a
that.
scanned article. It's got like 12 paragraphs.
Yeah,
It's real short.
I want to know. Come on, tell me where.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be willing to discuss this. Let's throw this on the
Sure.
thing on
It's
the doc.
bullshit.
here.
I read the article.
Have humans? This should be like our own version of Snopes. A Snopes episode. Snopes by
First
readers.
of all, we all know species adapt. That's what evolution's all about.
Has humanity caused the extinction of upwards of
1 million species.
1, 000,
Yes,
000
1 times 10 to the 6th.
species, plant and animal species,
Right.
plant and
Species,
animal species.
not feces. Species.
Now you can get to that confused, but
You would.
I have personally made 1 million animal feces disappear.
Cock shit.
Oh shit! I'm gonna get that tattooed on my arm.
Yeah, put it on your
Cock
butt.
shit. Thanks, Sean
Put that in a
Hades on
caulking
Twitter.
gun. I don't know. So what was it? What was he asking though? What?
I don't know. I guess
What was the
just
thrust?
to discuss it, basically.
Oh,
have
oh,
her every
sure.
night.
I'll discuss it anytime.
Why don't you put a show together for us, Armand? Do some research on it, and build up a whole
Because it's
show.
bullshit. That's why.
wanna
It'll
waste your
take a
time?
show. 5 minutes. Not even.
5
It's
minutes.
stupid.
He's more of a YouTube style guy than
Yeah,
let's
put
short
that on
videos.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So next one's
5
from
minutes here.
Put
Ryan
that on your
O'Neill.
YouTube and click it.
The subject is Pizzagate podcast. So this
Oh,
ought to be
again?
interesting.
Oh boy.
He says, "Hey, this is Ryan O'Neill.
Ryan O'Neill.
I'd be interested in participating in a podcast, particularly about Pizzagate and my interactions with Elefantis."
Yes.
We talked to this guy.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of information floating around about both subjects, and I'd be happy to offer my perspective on the
This
subject.
is actually a possibility that's going to happen, maybe.
I'm probably be less nervous over the phone, but can do Skype with help with content value. I don't care, however you want to be on. Yeah, I would love to talk to this guy.
This
He
guy-
had
this guy got
personal
threatened.
interactions with James Elefantis.
Yeah.
So that's got to be your most controversial show, huh? Man,
It's up
they're
there.
still
Flat
talking.
Earth.
That's been
Flat
months
Earth,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah,
Months. That was 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
Pizzagate was a long time ago.
Pizzagate
They're
was
still
2 years
bitching
ago,
about it.
probably.
Yeah.
Been a while. Yeah, I wouldn't mind talking about it. Pizzagate 3
Might as well.
Another one.
The search
Return.
for knowledge.
of the gate.
Search for knowledge.
Search for knowledge.
Yeah. Pizzagate 3. The search for knowledge.
To search for Spock.
All right. Here's another one from Chris Essex. Sorry, Chris. Medical issue.
Ooh.
I'm diabetic and a bit overweight. I feel you. I'm not diabetic,
Yeah.
but I'm definitely on the overweight
Happens,
side more than a
yeah.
bit. About 4 years ago, I started working to get healthy. I was using the exercise bike nightly. After a couple weeks, I noticed a massive blister on the right side of my right foot.
Uh-oh.
It
Okay.
happened when the strap on the pedal was grinding against the right side of my foot.
Makes sense, yeah.
Being a diabetic with a foot issue,
Yep.
I went to my family doctor at the time to set up an appointment with a foot doctor.
Good idea.
Around that same time, I had an allergic reaction or something. I think it was from doing something in our yard. My family doctor looked at my foot, told me to keep my appointment with my foot doctor, and shrugged it off. For the allergic reaction, he gave me a steroid shot. This happened on a Thursday. On Friday at work, I started feeling really off, really tired, and couldn't keep my eyes open. The whole weekend, all I wanted to do was sleep. I couldn't eat anything. On Sunday night, my wife looked at my foot and took my temperature. I was nearly at 104 degrees, and that part of my foot was starting to blacken where the blister was.
Yeah.
I went to the emergency room right away where the EI doctor said I had a severe infection and my body was shutting down and going septic. Started getting pumped full of IV antibiotics, and I also had to have emergency surgery. The first surgery was to cut the infection out.
Right.
If that infection went down below the bone.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if it went to the bone. Okay.
Let's see. There was a baseball-sized hole in the top of my foot. I have a photo if you want to see it. Yes.
Yeah, send it
He
in.
included it.
Oh, did he?
It's fucking
I
gnarly.
don't see it.
It's there. He might have just emailed it to me. It's
See if
fucking
you-
gnarly, dude. Jesus.
Ooh.
It was. I was like this.
Oh, I love seeing it.
Oh,
This is right up your alley.
Oh, yeah, this is
So
sure. See it
Armand
all the
needs to
I'll
time.
see
hunt it down. What
This
was the
could
guy's
be.
name
This
again?
should be a
I
address
should
on
charge an office visit for this.
What's his name again?
Chris Essex. So anyway,
Then
he
what
says,
happened? Okay, they debrided
my
everything.
baby toe on that foot started turning black. By the end of
Yeah.
that week, they had to amputate the toe.
Wow. How old is this guy? Did he say his age? Young
He didn't say
guy.
his age. I would assume young. I would assume he's around Eric's age due to his email address. So let me see. Let me see.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Come on. This isn't going to make me. I bet I don't go.
I don't know. It's not for the civilian.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. Okay, so then what happened?
That's pretty bad. Anyway,
Boy, I hope they saved his foot, because boy, you're looking almost below the knee amputation here.
so his foot surgeon said the steroid shot was to blame. Does that make sense to you,
Boy, that's hard to believe.
Doc Armand?
I don't think so.
He disagrees.
There's a reaction though.
Says that
Could be.
shot jacked up my immune system, setting him up
There
for
it
the
is.
severe infection.
There it is.
You ever heard of a steroid jacking up a?
No, I
Never heard of that?
don't agree with that.
Armand says your surgeon's full of shit, Chris.
I don't think so.
In fact, you should kill him.
No, we are
No,
not
okay.
condoning that at
No, don't
all.
do that.
Don't kill the
I don't
guy.
think the surgeon should be in Mensa. Let's put it there. Or the
There you go. If I wouldn't have gone to the hospital when I did, they said I would have likely died from going septic within
Right.
days.
I can't imagine the steroid injection doing that much damage. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he gave him, but it was just probably prednisone or something.
Oh shit! I gave Chris his last name out. He didn't really want me to do that.
Well, how's he doing? Does he say?
From here on out, guys, if you don't want us to give your information,
Start
out,
with that.
Say that at the beginning.
Start with that. God damn it. I'm not giving your email address out, Chris. He also says don't give us. He says you can call me Chris, but don't give out his email.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I just added
We're a
it.
couple assholes, and
well, how's he doing? What's
Well, he says he called a lawyer, said there wouldn't be a case. He didn't
No.
pursue it much beyond that legally. My wife was pregnant, had other things on his plate, and he's needless to say, I have a new doctor who specializes in infection treatment.
right?
Chris,
So they saved his.
thank you for the photo. Let us know how you're doing now.
Yeah,
Looks like you
see if
lost
you
your
saved
toe.
your foot. Hopefully, yeah. They probably had to amputate the toe, but you never know. Sometimes that resolves.
Joe Kerry Von Erich, the wrestler, had his
Yeah.
foot amputated.
Yep.
And wrestled without telling the other wrestlers that he had an amputated foot. He stuck it down in a boot, basically a filled up boot.
Yeah, right.
And wrestled on a nub.
no shit.
Yeah,
but
isn't
he
that
had
hardcore?
yeah, he had a filler in there.
Yeah.
you know.
Wow. That's a
Pretty
badass.
hardcore.
Well, boy, that's very rare. They got you know.
That was a great picture, by the way. I love that. Can I see it again?
Hang
Eat
on.
forward
So
it
this
to
is
me.
what I sent back to him. It said, "Hey Chris, we'll use your story for the show today," which I don't think we did. Wait, we might have already read this on air. Anyways, because that was fucking long time ago.
I mean, you never discount anything can happen, but it's just hard for me to believe that steroid injection caused that, and that's man. You can have a reaction to the steroid,
Makes me look bald.
but kicking your immune system into that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about it, man. You're the doctor.
Boy, should have come to me first. I think I could have helped him out.
Well, he's
It
probably
said
a little bit of a
steroid
hurry.
shot was what messed
Had to go to the ER that night.
Yeah.
We should put your number out there for emergencies.
Yes, if you're in the
You
St.
can
Louis or
email
Los Angeles
Armand
area.
at armenianmaniac@gmail.com.
Yeah, right.
So you mean to forward that to
Unlicensed.podiatrist.com.
What's that, Eric?
You don't have this whole chain?
No.
It's in a chain.
No.
Wow, that's a good one. Boy, that's bad.
Forward me the whole chain. I'd
Well,
love
the
to.
thing, you know, thing is, usually something like this is in somebody that has very compromised arterial. I see he's got hair on his
Problems.
toes.
Yeah.
That if you got enough hair on your toe, you can heal something. So it's very. I just don't know how this blew up on him so fast.
Interesting.
Run that back by me again.
Yeah, Eric, you need to talk.
That's
to your
one of the-
Run that back by
If you
me
had your
one more
headphones
No,
on,
it's one of
you'd
the
be able to-
hallmarks
you'd
of
be able
good.
to hear yourself.
You need very good circulation to grow hair on your toes. Yeah, most diabetics that have blockages, their toes are cold and they have no hair.
My wife's pregnant right now. She's got the swollen feet thing going on.
Yeah, but
It's
that's
kind of
from
a-
that's common with pregnancy though. She should be wearing the
email
support
address?
hose.
U or L?
What?
What email address? U, L, or A, or
Just lineup's fine.
Yeah, I told her to
That's
wear
ehicks
the
at lineupmediagroup.com. You can email
wear
me
the
there.
Job stockings for her.
The what?
Jobst stockings.
Jobst. Hey, if you're
compression
listening,
stockings.
Jobst stockings.
Yeah, compression. Get at least 20 millimeters of mercury compression,
yes?
preferably 30.
Okay, go 40.
Those are
Do
hard
one
to
or
get
two more
on.
emails here. Dental fuckery from Ryan Hart.
There we go.
We already read this.
Have we?
Yes,
did?
this is from the Medical Fuckery Show. That's what this that.
Oh, yeah. All right. We're that. So we're caught up basically on email. That was
Yeah,
a couple
guaranteed.
emails we had there. Cool.
Dental fuckery, yeah.
How about some voicemails?
All right.
Let's run through some
we're
voicemails,
gonna
Maynard.
try to
anything
right
going
on
in
the chin
chat?
here.
Anything going on in the chat?
I have been neglecting chat honestly here.
Let's go back through it.
Here we go. Canadian Keith here, actually from Ohio though.
False advertising.
Oh, hey, Matt Soares calls for a nice fuck you ever to everybody. I
good
bet they
boy.
did it. I bet they did it.
Here, here.
Oh, there was not enough. Fuck you, Everett. Hey, Butcher's in the chat today. Hey, there's April. She says, thank you for the advice on the thing.
Okay. No charge.
All right. No charge. Sweet. Thanks, buddy. If you ever need computer advice, let me know. I got you. Oh, wait a
Nah,
minute.
are you kidding? I'm a
Never-
computer
never helped you
genius.
there, yeah.
How do you turn it on?
All right, let's
That's
go
the
to-
only
let's do
problem
some
I have.
voicemails here. We did Kevin's. We did
I was
Mark's.
functionally
No, I don't think we did Canadian Keith's.
I'd be euthanized if computer. If
Yeah,
you had to take a
guarantee-
computer
yeah, oh,
test,
yeah. Yep,
then I'd be,
done,
then I'd
We
be
got nearly
euthanized.
6 minutes of Canadian Keith coming at you here, and I should have known that was him because his email
6
address
minutes?
from earlier, Mac 420.
6 minutes. Huh?
Let's do it. Here we go, Canadian Keith.
Let's go.
Oh, how about I actually hook up to the mixer?
How about you do it right?
Yeah, big piece of shit.
This better be good. 3,600 seconds.
There's my wire. There's my goddamn wire. All right, turn the crank up on that.
Hey, who's on Ocho Man these days anyway? Is it Darren Yates again?
Yeah, he's back.
How about, what's her name? What was her name? Brittany?
I think so, yeah.
Is that her name?
Eric's on there. I guested last Friday.
Oh, guest.
Yeah, I'm definitely not on the show anymore, but I guess.
I haven't been invited.
Yeah, you probably will again someday.
Well, here's one for you, Och.
Oh, he's flipping the Oach off.
Yeah, as we used to say,
That's
in,
my brother.
as we say in neuroanatomy, C7.
Yeah.
That's what innervates that finger.
Oh.
Good to know.
Yeah. So if you're too lazy to give a guy a finger, we used to say in anatomy.
I was just say, see you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
C7. Well, we know what that is. That's not nice.
For those that don't know, that means cunt.
What's up, Surreal Talk? How's it going?
Can we not say that?
And Everett.
No gentleman
Hopefully
would.
Armand is there.
Hey.
Team Surreal Talk.
Right on.
It's Canadian Keith.
What's up, Keith?
Back
Hey,
at it
Keith.
again. Wanted to say what's up
Hey.
and, of course, do another quick rip from the ball.
All right, let's hear it.
We can allow totally
you.
bong rips on this version of this.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Great.
Sounds
Jelly.
clean.
Very well done.
That was way clean.
That was
Loved
nice.
it. Last episode about Medical Fuckery 2.
Uh-huh.
It was awesome that Kevin posted that and threw out the idea, and it happened.
I feel him.
Unfortunately,
I feel
was
his
at work.
pain.
I couldn't call in. Didn't realize I could have emailed a story.
Got him right here.
That was my bad. Plus, I didn't
Don't let it
have
happen again.
that great of a story to tell. But I do have one story that I'll throw in here real quick. I was driving my Jeep. Long story short there, I spun out on the freeway on this really, hidden turn. And literally spun
in
around at
traffic right
180
now.
Yeah, I
at the
can hear
side of the road up on a hillside. Front-loaded my shocks on some sandbags, and it
Uh-huh.
literally did a backflip. I was hanging upside down like fucking the Explorer in Jurassic Park by
Nice.
my seatbelt. My windshield was completely smashed out.
Wow.
I unbuckled and crawled out. I think I had the top down. The doors were off. It was more intense than any fucking roller coaster, and I'll say that. And the crazy part was I didn't even have like a fucking scratch on me. I think I had one little scratch on my leg and maybe one on my thumb, my left thumb, and that was it. And the CHP came, and
California
the
Highway
ambulance, fire truck, the
Chips.
whole fucking 9 yards, the
I
tow
was in
truck.
Canada.
And
Canadian Highway Patrol.
I didn't have insurance, and I still don't have insurance. But
Fucking A, bud.
I've had it here and there. But at the time I didn't, and I
Don't
told
need
him,
it.
I was like, no, I'm good. I don't want to go to the hospital. I just wrecked my car. Part of my job is driving, so now I'm screwed too. The last thing I need is a bunch of fucking hospital bills.
Right.
And
True enough.
But the police basically told me I had no other choice.
You
I
have
was
to
in a
go.
rollover accident. I had to go to the
Yeah,
hospital.
of course.
They fucking put me in an ambulance.
Of course.
I disagree with that, man.
I
That's
go to
bullshit.
the hospital.
Yep.
Before all this went down, I had my Zong in my car.
Zong
It
bong.
was the steamroller, my Zong roller.
Oh, yeah.
And so I
Hold on. Pause and looking up the Zong roller.
Zongs are cool, man. The Zong bong's real neat.
What does that look like?
It's like a Z. It's like a zit, zit, zit. It's really cool.
Why is it better? Is it better than?
And no better. Neat. Fucking
Oh,
kill
it
you,
looks
too.
cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. You smoke them out.
Gotta get that on the Joker Smoker
The
Toker
fuck is
show.
this? This is crazy. Why would you smoke something like
A Zong
this?
bong?
Yeah.
Oh, they're cool, man.
What good is it though? It seems like this would be impossible to
Show
clean.
me what you're looking at.
Exactly what you're
Yeah,
describing.
yeah. It's not. It's. I'm sure.
So it's a steamroller that
Don't worry
somebody
about
heated up.
cleaning it. Don't worry about cleaning it. You don't get to clean it anyway.
Yeah, I'll break it, won't I?
Yeah.
My point is, it
It's
looks like a
thick.
standard steamroller, probably inch wide plastic tube, probably
Thick.
6
No.
inches long,
It's metal. Or it's glass and it's thick.
and it looks like they heated it up real hot in 2 spots and just took and fucking stretched it out, and then now it's Z. It looks like a fucking sound wave. Woo, 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 woo.
It's a Zong bong.
EKG or something. I don't know. about that.
Echocardiogram?
Anyway, now that I know what that is, let's carry on.
hit it under the sandbag.
He had it in the car.
Little notes to me,
Crashed, hit my
Hit my
fucking
bong under
steamroller.
the stand bag. Yes.
when I'm at the hospital, a fucking CHP, California Highway Patrol officer, rolls in to the hospital
Ruh-roh.
carrying my Zong.
Uh-oh.
And
Excuse me, son.
Officer,
did
what
you
do you got
misplace
there?
this?
No, that's not mine.
I'm like, officer, close the door. We'll do that. It's a good idea. Thanks. I needed this.
You read my mind, dude.
my immediate thought is, holy fuck, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
About to go to jail.
Understandable.
And
No, they won't take you out of the hospital to jail.
but again, I'm not in Ohio anymore. I'm in California.
So what's California?
He literally
Oh, it was.
says,
Oh, yeah,
hey,
it was.
you know, some officer saw you put this and hide it under the sandbag. Why did you do that? And I
I say because I didn't want to get fucking busted.
Yeah,
said,
come on,
I'm
man.
from Ohio.
Okay, he's got another one here. Second part.
So I told the officer I'm from Ohio, and the cops there. It's when it comes to
Paraphernalia?
cannabis-related things, it's best to just avoid the police at
Agreed.
all times. And
Good policy.
my interactions with them were always not very pleasant. And the cop just kind of laughed and said, "Okay, you know, next time, just." Don't do that. Don't hide it.
He must have hit a few
then
bongs
you could
in
get
between
in trouble
that.
for littering. And I was like, well,
Well, what
that
had
don't-
happened? He's hanging upside down in his car, right, by his seatbelt.
I'm saying
he's
in
like,
between the voicemails.
"What's that?"
I see he hit a bong in between the voicemails.
I'm saying he's standing there upside down in his car. He decides to hit that fucking thing before he hides it. They're like, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna hit one before I hide it," and then like the cop
Upside
sees him.
down. That'd be interesting.
It would be, wouldn't it? It'd be like a
Oh boy.
what do they call that, cake stand? But your crash car stand with your Z bong or whatever they call it.
We still upside down bongs.
Why?
I don't know if I could do, you know, because when you
Is there a difference?
well, you
No, it's when you're
you go
young, you do
back
stupid
up,
shit. Is basically what it is, right?
and then you blow out. It's like that the head blood
Rush.
pressure thing. Ooh, yeah, you'd almost pass out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seems pretty dumb.
I don't care what you think.
you know, I was planning on going back there to get it. But he said, all right, well, here you go. And he literally just handed me my Zong as I'm like sitting in the hospital bed. Again, for no fucking reason should I have been in that hospital bed because I was completely fine. But I was basically forced to go by the police. So they let me go. They literally don't give me any medication. They check me out. They say, yep, you're fine. That's unbelievable. You're a lucky motherfucker. And I walk out of the hospital holding my fucking Zong, now with like no idea what the fuck I'm gonna do because I don't have a car.
Smoke a bong.
And so I start like texting my
Is there
friends
anything left in it? I
to
wonder.
get a ride. But again, the whole point was I was forced to go to the hospital when I don't have insurance. I just wrecked my car. I ended up losing my job because of it too. And then they
Now you got a big bill.
tried to like hit me
Oh,
with
God.
like $3,000 in fucking bills.
Of course.
Like $1,500 for the ambulance
Yeah,
and
you
then
got off easy.
$50 to get fucking checked out. So I ended up just not paying it and avoiding all those calls
Exactly.
There you go.
where they try to collect.
7 years, all you got, man. That's gone.
But yeah, that's
I do
my
not
story.
advocate.
Not really medical fuckery, but I can relate to
Oh,
Kevin
it's
a lot,
medical.
and that's what caught my attention in his post. Is I have bipolar, and I've had to been prescribed all sorts of crazy fucking antipsychotics, mood stabilizers, antidepressants, and
God.
it's all just a fucking
All Armand, have you ever tried the mood stabilizers? You could probably use it.
No, my mood's very stable.
I would
I'm always
disagree.
morose.
Well, you got
Yes.
it.
Again, I feel like the pharmaceuticals is all fucking ploy for money, and they all have bullshit fucking names, just like
you're
Kevin
right.
said.
True.
What ain't a ploy for money?
Sildenafil and Phil.
Yeah.
Sildenafil.
Sophia.
They just want you to try this. Oh, that doesn't work. Try
Sulfate.
this one. Oh, try that one. And I've been completely off medication for 3 years now. I just fucking use
Congratulations.
cannabis.
Yeah, good.
Smoke weed.
Better.
Use CBD. Work at Pure Ratios. You use the vapes there and lozenges. And
I'm going to have to get a job at a dispensary. Sounds like you can get free usage of anything.
then
Nice
smoke
benefits.
every day pretty much. And I've been fucking complete balanced, normal. Haven't had any visits back to the hospital. Haven't need to see a psychiatrist. Kind of like Kevin said, like how he's doing it with the shrooms. I know next time I go into a depression, I'm definitely going to try the shrooms. I've heard that from multiple people
I've heard-
in the support groups and other people online.
Dude, it's not
So
just that,
thanks,
man.
Kevin, for that. And thank you guys for Real Talk. Shout out to Armand.
Hey.
Teams for Real Talk.
Right
you guys
on,
are
brother.
the motherfucking best. Sorry for this long ass voicemail.
It's all good.
Peace out.
No,
Appreciate it.
All right,
He's
good
not
for
wrong, though.
you.
You can find a lot of articles online about where they're legitimately using that mushrooms or psilocybin to treat depression and PTSD as well. There's
Acid as well.
all kinds. Yeah,
People microdosing
microdosing that.
acid.
Yeah.
LSD?
Yeah.
By surgical?
Like 100 micrograms a day and shit. Because it takes like what's a dose? Like 300 micrograms?
I don't know.
Something like that, yeah.
When your eyes are this big, you got enough.
Anyway, this next voicemail is from Dave from the UK. Here we go. It's 15 seconds long, so this should be interesting.
All right.
They're always good in their
Fuck
short.
somebody.
Go ahead, Mike.
Dave calling from the UK.
How you doing?
I don't
He's
think
not.
Eric's UK impression is that bad. Definitely Team Eric.
Yeah.
Like beer with almond, maybe a titty bar.
Oh, we already heard
We
this
heard
one.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
One
want to go
more
to titty
thing.
bar with
Fuck
me.
you, Everett.
Yes.
Yes. Good
Yeah, I
man.
wish we wouldn't listen to that again.
Good man.
Yeah, well.
Thank you, sir.
One
I
of our-
appreciate
one of
you.
our best
Your
friends.
We
your
play
kind
this
words.
Very perceptive listener.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, man.
This is James.
Hey, James.
I just wanted to say I love the podcast.
Thanks, man.
I love the fact that it's a little more free form than a lot of the other podcasts.
Oh
I
yeah,
listen
zero fucks to give around here.
That's for sure.
You guys are really doing a great job tackling some really cool subjects and
Thanks, man.
topics.
That's what we try, is like just to find some cool subject. Not that you see on every other one of them, because let's be honest, we ain't got the fucking
You could find 900 JFK murder.
Area 51, you know? what I mean?
Yeah, you'll find all that.
How many of them are talking about eugenics?
The assholes.
Probably several of them. Yeah. We're not special.
Not the ones
Not at all.
A lot of which I kind of knew about,
Right.
but I like to hear your guys' side of it and your own perspective.
You
of it.
are our target audience.
Yeah, perfect.
I gotta say, Team Armand,
Fuck.
Wow.
just because
You've had a hell of a day today.
I know, man. I'm batting 1,000 with these guys.
That's
Excellent.
at least 3 or 4 today.
Jeez.
Way to go, man.
I want to get
the
paid for
whole
this show.
Eric and Emmerich thing.
Emmerich, Eric and Emmerich.
Yeah, hey.
The whole
Don't leave
Eric
him
and
alone.
Emmerich thing.
Yeah, he said Emmerich.
That's good enough for me.
Eric, I think,
What,
has a
bud?
lot of good points. He
Not that many.
kind of
Thought he was gonna shit on me right here. So I'm like, what, bud?
doesn't accept
What?
what's publicly accepted, and I love
Really?
that.
Pertaining to what?
Emmerich,
Emmerich's a motherfucker, bud. I love
Emmerich.
that.
I like that. We ought to call it Team Emmerich. That's great.
Hashtag Team Emmerich. Hold on. That's
Team
just too good.
Emmerich.
Hashtag Team Emmerich.
Okay, at the end of that too.
There we go.
I assume he's got to be doing that on purpose. That's great.
I think he's actually an older listener. Like he's listened to the older side of the show, judging by the way he discusses Eric and how he's the guy.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I love you, man, and I'm sure you've heard this, but it sounds like you sound like Seth Rogen. And,
Yeah, I've heard that time too. Yeah.
You also kind
a while.
of bring everybody down to earth. Armand is just a smart global warming
Right on, brother.
hating sex fiend. But anyway, if I
That's
had
a good description. It's 6 words or
global
less.
warming, Armand is just a
This is your
smart-
soundbite.
Armand is just a smart
Sexy.
global warming hating sex fiend.
There it is. Love it.
Anyway, if I had
Clip it.
I want that. Yeah, I want that in my
Armand is
intro.
just a smart global warming hating sex fiend. But anyway, if I had fiend, but
no.
Sex fiend, but sex fiend.
What is he?
Sex fiend.
Okay, I just
but
Hey, knock it
anyway,
off.
if I had, I guess I have 2 criticisms. One of which is stop doing voicemails because they're fucking stupid. Anybody who does voicemails is obviously a fucking loser with no life.
Right.
And,
I
this-
hear you.
So this is what
There's a voicemail.
and I
bro.
do remember hearing this the other day because this is what really made me thinking down again a path of let's split that shit up.
All right.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
He's not completely right, but
We're doing a compromise.
but he says Team Emmerich, so you know you can use a fucking Emmerich-sized dick.
Second one is, as I said, love you guys. Just chill out on, I guess not chill out, just do some research before you guys talk about guns.
Oh.
Because there have been some
What?
cringe-worthy
Really? Tell me what it was.
times when you guys are talking about firearms.
Take it
And
easy.
I know.
I totally get
Hey man, we're experts on firearms.
Experts.
Uh-oh.
Experts on firearms.
it.
Firearms.
I'm not super knocking you.
Yeah, he
But
is.
just I think before you
Team Emmerich is well known for their knowledge of
Yeah, man. Come
firearms.
on, man.
start talking about guns,
What did you
do
say?
a little bit of
It
research.
wasn't
You guys
me.
have fucked up a few things, but
If you could email
God knows,
me and
he's
let me
probably
know.
exactly right though.
Email us what we fucked up on. I'd like to
Probably
know.
like
I wanna-
fucking
yeah.
Scar L takes 7.62, and we'd be totally wrong. You know,
Oh,
it's 5.56, but it's not the point.
It depends.
That's true.
Come on now.
You can get an hump in any fucking. Yeah.
Come on.
big
now.
deal. Other than that,
So you are
love
wrong
guys.
about
Keep
guns
doing
all
what
the
you're
time.
doing.
All the time.
Keep tackling some really cool topics. And,
What'd you think of systematic racism in America, bud?
you know, as I said, Team Armand and
Love him.
fuck Eric and fuck Emmer.
Oh,
Big-
God
Ooh,
damn.
a double fuck.
Fuck
All
yeah.
right.
That's got to be the first one that's been fuck Eric and fuck Everett.
That's
No,
right.
no, it wasn't what it was. Listen,
And fuck Eric and fuck Emmer. Peace.
it wasn't fuck Everett. It was fuck Emmerich.
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 So
Well, that's even more of an insult, really.
that's better. That's
Yeah.
way better. I want a
damn
T-shirt. Hashtag fuck Emmerich, man.
Fuck Emmerich.
Nah, we're going to the chat for that one. Hashtag fuck Emmerich.
That's a classic.
Yeah, that's too good, man. All right, we got one more voicemail
Let's
here.
hear it.
This is from Oscar.
Oscar the Grouch.
Hey guys, I just heard Kevin's voicemail about microdosing on mushrooms.
Oh, here we go.
And you know what? I used to be a pretty aggressive guy, and I've also been microdosing. And I've actually left a couple of voicemails, you know, being pretty rude to Everett.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah,
And
we
I just
like
want to
that.
say, you know what? After microdosing, dude, has changed my life, and I just want to say that I forgive you for being a fucking asshole.
It's working.
Thanks, man.
I loved it.
I needed that forgiveness.
I think he's improving.
Thank you. You don't think about microdosing, Armand. What if I can get you some mushrooms every day and you can eat a couple shrooms for
I
breakfast?
don't want shroom. You get some Adderall.
How about some acid?
No.
Every day. Just it's not enough where you'd feel it. It's just
Yeah,
enough
you wouldn't
What
trip
do I
out.
want that for?
Because it helps with cognitive abilities
What if
and
let's do an
That's
experiment.
all I
neural
need.
netways.
A bad trip, man.
synapses are firing on all cylinders.
Yeah,
and
my
shit.
synapses
Your
aren't
creativities
firing,
are
yeah.
fucking flowing. Your creative juices are going. You're writing fucking stories. I don't know.
All right. Well, something. I need a acetylcholinesterase inhibitor.
That too, of course. That's what I thought from day one. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, my synapses are
Hey, so here's another thing.
Not
Since this
firing.
is the social show, we can talk about whatever we want.
social.
A lot of you have not subscribed to our other show, Joker, Smoker, and the Toker.
But we don't require it.
We don't require it, but now that I could talk about it on this off-topic wonderfulness, check it out, jokersmokertoker.com. Eric and I do a show twice a week with the Ocho Man, centered around what we're basically colloquially calling pot culture.
Yeah.
You know, who knows what the show
We have a
will be about.
Twitter. Surreal Talk has a Twitter too, by the way, for if you don't know that. But yeah, Surreal
Yeah,
Talk.
do us a favor and follow our social and maybe interact.
yeah,
That'd be nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
But
we could
yeah,
use
check
it.
out our other show. We're trying to build it up. We have a real good time doing it. It's just me, Eric, and the Ocho Man talking about God knows what.
We go
always
get
really
high.
related. We always get a little bit of a pre-show warm up. Come in and have a good show.
That's a euphemism. If I
So
ever
check
heard
that out.
one.
Please.
Sometimes I get
please check
too
it out.
high, dude. I gotta watch
Get a
it
little too
sometime.
warmed up, huh?
Fuck.
I don't know that I've ever, for any show we've did, other than
Oh,
the
yeah.
weed show, have I been too high.
There was times I didn't work here where we came in and we got stoned 2 or 3 times before we got into the UGC room over there and fucking.
Yeah.
It'd be 15 minutes till start time and we're lit the fuck up.
That sounds like us.
Yeah, I mean bad. Like in the middle of the show, we're going, what? Yeah, so we have got too high before.
All right. Anybody got anything else they want to talk about on the social show today?
No, we got to take our
No.
tests.
No, if follow us on @Surreal Talk Show. Oh yeah, somebody's gonna make the IQ test. Yeah, we gotta do that.
Oh, the IQ test.
Yeah, we got to take our IQ test.
Take one live right now. Fast IQ
Free.
test.
Yeah, make sure it's free results.
All right. Free-IQtest.net. Let's see how it goes here. Enter my birth date. March.
Oh, this.
1980.
And what are the last 4 of your social?
55. 5.
That's close to mine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which of these 5 is like least like the 4 other? Dog, mouse, lion, snake, elephant. That'd be a snake.
Very good.
Which number should come next in the series? 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. That'd be 19. Oh, it's not on the list. 13 or 21. Sorry, I fucked that up. It's odds. Peaches, the HCAAP is 46251 is, let's see, that would be, starts with a 5. Only one answer starts with a 5. It's that one. Question 4. Mary, who is 16 years old, is 4 times as old as her brother. How old will Mary be when she's twice as old as her brother?
This ain't even the side I was on.
16 is 4 times 4. So.
You just take it, Everett. You don't have to say it out loud.
Yeah, I don't know if we have to.
In the blanks.
Yeah.
How long is it? Do you know? It should take
20 questions. I should be able to finish this in 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Is there a bonus for being fast? Usually there is, right?
Hold on. I don't know. It's timed, so probably. Leave me out of this.
What do you think, Armand? You
I didn't hear the question.
No, I'm not saying that. You pull out stock in these? Fucking free IQ.
It depends on what I score.
I got that
if
one.
I score highly, yeah, it's perfect.
So you think easier questions are a better IQ test then? Because it make you score higher?
Well, like I said, I don't even.
I don't think so.
You know, like vocabulary, some of them have, and
I'd like to know where I stand against really against everyone in the world, where I'm at. You know what I mean? I'd like to know where I'm at.
Yeah, but that's the question: is does it accurately gauge where you're really at?
No,
Yeah.
is the answer.
Well, you don't think so?
I don't know. I guess it all just depends on the test. I mean, there's probably a standardized test that they'd give to everyone.
Well, that's the whole point. I think
Yeah.
they're trying to make it as representative as possible. I would think, but we're just human beings. Well, look at him.
3 or 4 minutes, eh? Look at him.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he can't even hear us.
He may need a hit of LSD after
He
this.
will.
It seems to be.
It'll be rough.
Rapt concentration.
Can you hear me, mate?
No.
Okay. I'll
Yeah, don't
just
disturb him. He's
go back to what I was
taking his
doing.
test.
Try to find another one.
Got some.
Oh, you skipped that one. That was a skip
No, I didn't
face.
skip it. I didn't do the right answer, though.
Put some porn on there while he's doing that.
Not on this computer. We just debugged this motherfucker. Did something to it today. We had to
I thought
completely
those
reset
sites
it.
were safe.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not going on porn on this computer.
What, you're afraid of virus?
Yeah.
That's what I thought
This
they
is a
weren't. They weren't.
$1,500 computer, and I didn't have to buy it.
Yeah, but I thought those were like
Halfway through.
supposedly the most the worst ones for a virus. Now, of course, he would know this. And I would. Are the religious sites.
What do you mean? Wait,
I mean, you're more prone to get a virus if you go to like
what
a
type of religious?
I don't know. I don't know.
One
Seventh-day
like equals one
Adventists or
prayer or
something.
what?
I don't know what they are.
I don't know. You got me, man. I don't know.
Well, it doesn't make sense, but
Free.
go to Jehovah's Witnesses and see.
No, I don't want a goddamn virus.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Don't do
I
that.
can type anal into my search bar and it still brings up analytics. Okay.
Oh,
so I'm
that's
very
good,
proud
right?
of how I keep my computer. Yes, it's very good.
Well, you should have a spare computer for, internet porn. Get another one. Get a cheap one for cheap thrills.
Ever trying to get me to build an $1,100 computer?
Hey, no calculators.
I know. Hey, look at it.
Text.
What's he up to?
Peckerhead.
Somebody text you the answer?
Yeah, they did. They heard it.
He's cheating.
My wife asked me when I'm picking her up, but I'm
I'm
ignoring
going
her.
to proctor him.
Yeah, I'm going to try for 4:30 if you're still there, Abe.
Yeah. Sterilized for sure on this. I guarantee it.
Yep.
What was the IQ cutoff for? Did we even discuss
I don't know.
the IQ cutoff?
I don't know.
What
if they
was it?
Well, there's like, they have like certain IQs. There's moron, imbecile, idiot. They do have actual parameters for those.
Hey, Armand, so why I got you here? I'm going to make a list of things that would not be possible, that would be only possible if the Earth's round. So, like, if the Earth's flat, what can't we do here?
Ooh, yes. I don't know. That's a good question. I have to think about it, I guess.
Plate tectonics would be no good, right? On a flat Earth, would they move around like that? Because
Why
would
not?
they still like reform? Because it's volcano coming out from the inside of the Earth, like makes the new
Yeah,
plates.
but plate tectonics is just it's floating on basically this bed of lava.
Right,
this,
but they renew themselves, don't they? Like they make there's new.
Well, they smash into each other, and
That's what causes earthquakes.
You would think, yeah, but
There's
you think that
earthquakes
could happen?
possible.
in
I don't
a-
know. That's what I'm asking you that.
Well, why would it be prohibited by a flat Earth, though?
I don't know.
I don't know.
'Cause
either.
where would the plates go when they're moving? Are they just going to keep moving around like a couple of pinballs? Or are they
Well,
going
they could theoretically
One more question.
run into each other.
It's a series. Okay.
Yeah, at 4 minutes, huh?
He's 20 questions. I think
I'm
he's
4.5 minutes in.
He's kicking ass.
Well, let's see what he gets.
87.
Last question's fucky.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh, Shaggy.
Confounds him.
Makes no sense, this last question. It's one of those, which one of these drawings completes the series?
Oh, boy.
I hate those. I'm sure I fucked this up.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Well.
It's calculating my score, which means it's going to tell me I got to put my email address.
Yep.
That says 125.
There you go. Right on, man. That's still a good fucking IQ.
I feel like I could have did better.
Well, sure, probably.
You're 6 lower than him.
Yeah, Eric's smarter when he heard it here first.
No, I just took.
Okay, there you
I
go.
took 3 of them.
Sterilize
One day I
him.
had like a long break.
You should take the same test right now. Free-IQ
Dude,
test
I'm
on
not
that.
into it. It's 420 right now.
It's 420?
It's 420 right
Let's
now.
get out of here.
Yeah.
Where'd you get it? I'm going to take it, though, in my room.
No, you're not.
Free-IQtest.net.
Yeah, but I was just there, and it gives you like a list of 5 of them. What do you take
No,
there?
it doesn't.
Come on. Did it not?
I don't know. I saw it, yeah.
Fuck it.
I just, look, free-IQtest.net. It gives me enter my birthday. Say anything about anything. Just enter my birthday.
Oh, free dash IQ. Oh, okay, because that's not. I didn't have no dash.
How many times I got to say free-IQtest.net?
You gotta say as many times as it goddamn takes.
All right, everybody. Thanks for showing up for this inaugural second half show.
I'm going to take my IQ test.
Free dash IQ.
If I don't do better, I won't let you know.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, everybody. Catch you next week. When are we doing the Freak Nation show? That's going to be about 2 or 3
June
weeks
3rd,
out.
I think.
Yeah, June 3rd.
I
All
think.
right. What's next week? Do you know any idea?
That's realtour.com. What the fuck is this? This is not. You're gonna fuck my computer up. That's what you're gonna do. I can already tell.
Scientology.com is where you take the test. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We will catch you all next week. This has been Surreal Talk.
Later, alligators.
We're still live on the stream. That was
know.
just the end of the show.
My shit was fucking making my ears sweat, dude. I've been sweating ever since that abortion question. I'm telling you.
Too much for you, huh?
Yeah.
What's your problem with abortion?
I don't know. It just fucking hit me and gave me the
It's like-
EBGBs,
it's
and
like
I
you had
started
some
thinking
sort of-
about it, and I just couldn't. I don't know.
What's the big deal?
I don't know.
I think most people in the fucking world have considered abortion ad nauseum. You know what I mean? I don't know why. Maybe you do. Maybe I'm crazy, but it just seems weird that you would have to take that much time. When I feel like most people in the world are pretty staunch on their abortion stance. It's just me. I
It's,
guess you never thought about it before, though, huh?
No.
Never thought about the.
What does it matter?
That's the question of the show. That's
I don't
what.
know.
Very uncomfortable. Eric is triggered out there. Let's get some hashtag Eric triggered.
No, it's a part. Yeah, Pangea. That's the Super Sea. This is the earliest continent. Basically,
Not the earliest
all
continent.
continents.
That
together,
continent was
right?
only about 200 million years ago, wasn't it? You know, the Earth billions is like 4 billion years old. There's plenty of other supercontinents.
Well, I mean, we know
Before
about
Pangea.
Lemuria and Atlantis.
It was not a
and
supercontinent. Not a supercontinent.
Mu.
Lemuria is Mu.
That's right.
So
I would have known that.
some of us know about it. No, but there's many other named supercontinents that existed before Pangea. You can probably find 10 different supercontinents they think existed before
Really?
Pangea. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So anyway, all right, guys. Thanks for showing up on chat and everything. We'll
Yeah,
catch you
we
on next
outski.
week. We's out.
Later, alligators.
How do you stop this here?
You just have to hit stop stream.
All right. See you guys later. Hashtag Team Me.